Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Market Close. It is 3:45 p.m. Friday, January 3rd. And I mean, what else can we start with other than the fact that the market is blistering green right now? This is one of the best days of 2025. Granted, we've only had 3 of them, but still, I don't think anyone expected it to be this green today, especially on a Friday, especially after 5 consecutive days of red. I mean, really, a lot of negative sentiment shifted pretty much overnight based on different metrics that came out, different analyst reports, different delivery results. And nonetheless, as Ray says right here, we're back. Or at least it feels like we're back, at least for today. We'll talk a little bit more about if this is a rug pull, if this is a bull trap, if we are truly heading in to the 3rd year of a bull market where the market, quite frankly, eats up every dip. But let's just say that's what it feels like. Let's start off with Tesla. Absolute reversal from the lows. Yesterday, Tesla fell from 410 to 373. Today, Tesla is at $409.60, pretty much covering the entire gap that was there yesterday from the deliveries miss. And the market, I guess, woke up this morning and said, we don't care anymore that Tesla missed by 2%. You would think, the day of deliveries that the market wouldn't care that Tesla missed by only 2% because of the overarching theses beyond deliveries. But the market did care yesterday. And the market cared a little bit this morning as well. And now it seems like the market doesn't care. Now, is some of the Tesla momentum today from a general market sort of melt up activity? Sure. And that's probably algorithms buying up Tesla as well. But in general, up 8% with a massive reversal is very, very exciting for Tesla. Then you got the Qs. The Qs are at 1.5%. Bitcoin, the biggest risk on asset, is up 2%, 98,000, very close to getting back to 99 and then hopefully back to 100. S&P 500, bought my first share of the S&P 500 today at 589. We're at 591. For now, we're up 1%, but quite literally, the S&P is up 1%, 1.15%, and trying to make its way back to 6,000. HIMS is up 5%. Reddit is up 6%. Again, Tesla up 8%. MicroStrategy, we'll talk more about them. They're up 14%. Robinhood is up 4%. Robinhood was just at $41.09, now at $40.95. On CNBC today, I didn't actually watch the segment, but I heard from someone else who watched it that on the halftime show, they were very bullish on Robinhood. All of the participants basically said the wealth transfer is real. Robinhood's metrics were incredible. And they even said on national television that they would recommend people to deploy fresh capital into Robinhood stock. That's another reason I think Robinhood's up today, because when you get the entire panel on CNBC to be bullish, that's when, people tend to get excited for it as well. So Robinhood right here up 3.77%, which is very nice. Coinbase is up 5%. Archer Aviation up 20%. And then obviously Palantir trying to get to 80, 79.98. There are still 80,000 shares at $80 that someone has to scoop up. They've got 11 minutes left to see if we can scoop them up to close above 80. Might happen, might not. We got 10 minutes left, but 79.50 up 5.7% on the day. So Palantir as well participating in the momentum, which is very exciting to see. Rivian, they beat by deliveries. They're up 24%. NVIDIA is up 5%, 144. SoFi, on the puts, I think I'm up like 40% of the puts already. 1477 up 5%. Nice reversal on SoFi from 1375 to 1475. Open Doors up 5%. Zillow's up 1%. Neo's up 1%. Rocket Lab is up 14%. So the point is, it's an incredible day. It's an incredible Friday. And this is the first question I'm going to ask you guys in the chat right here, because I'm pretty sure everyone's wondering, along with myself, which is bull trap or not? Do you think it's a bull trap? Do you think this is a bull trap? It's pretty exciting momentum, but it is only the 3rd day of January, the 2nd trading day. And so it's kind of mixed reactions. I went, as I'm scrolling through Twitter, I'm trying to see how people are thinking of it. There's a lot of people that are excited, but there's a lot of people that are saying, wait a second, we haven't had earnings yet. Trump's about to get into office. You don't know what's going to happen when Trump gets into office. Oh, so by the way, Mike Johnson was elected the Speaker of the House. He did get rejected on the first vote. And then I don't know what they did to convince 2 Republicans to change their mind. It's so stupid because we knew he was going to get voted in. So I don't know why they do the charades, but then he got voted in. And so that's good. That's more legitimacy to the market. That's more certainty to the market that the Republicans can actually get something done, but at least that got passed today, which maybe is adding a little bit to some of the volatility to the upside that we're seeing today. Nonetheless, you do have some people that are very skeptical about the rally that we're seeing. And you have other people that are saying, well, maybe 2025 is going to be one of those years where every dip is bought, just like 2024. Do we know about that? No, because we've only got 3 days of data. So it's going to probably take a couple months before we see if every dip actually gets bought. But if NVIDIA is not stopping, if Palantir is not stopping, if Amazon's not stopping, if Tesla's not stopping, if none of these companies are stopping, particularly in earnings growth, then maybe this is a year where every dip gets bought. IWM, let's take a look at them. I haven't looked at them yet. Yeah, small caps are up 1.5%. I mean, small caps are up just as much as large caps today. Both of them up 1.5%. So none of them, I mean, that's how you know it's a really green day. Usually there's a little bit of push and pull across different sectors and industries if they conflict with each other. If all of them go up, then it's green. It's very green. Amit, did you think we would be this green today? No, not after the day we had yesterday. I mean, yesterday was a green day, but it was green in certain stocks. Other stocks were red. I didn't think this blistering type of a green. I mean, this was the type of green people wanted on during any day in December for the Santa Claus rally. The last 5 days of December were not like this. I mean, Christmas Eve, we had something like this, but we were kind of recovering from the lows. So a day where some of these stocks are putting in new highs is not what I think a lot of people expected on the second day of 2025. Having said that, let's hear from Mr. Tom Lee. He thinks every dip is a dip to buy, even if there will be volatility. So let's get his thoughts, and then we will keep going from there. We got the market close in 8 minutes.
Market now free of the indecisive December choppiness. What's your diagnosis of what the market's been contending with here in the last several weeks as we've gone sideways and had sort of this negative skew toward market breadth?
Markets kind of did flail into the end of last year and the first day of 2025. And I think it was trying to digest a few things, that the pretty dramatic move in long-term yields and the dramatic drop in yields in China. I think that there has been some concerns about macro as you saw some events over the past few days. And I think there was general profit taking and some sort of like, let's wait and see how 2025 is, given we just booked 20% back-to-back years.
And do you think that those things will remain overhangs? I mean, obviously, you certainly have a bullish orientation. You feel as if the S&P 500 can get to 7,000 by mid-year before perhaps a pullback. Well, if we're getting from here to 7,000 in less than 6 months, you're talking about, 35% annualized pace of gain. So how do we get there?
This is a good question because remember, Tom Lee's prediction for 2025, for those that are unfamiliar with it, is we get to 7,000 by June, and then we crash to 6,600. That is his market playbook for 2025. So that means we would compound relatively quickly, 18% in the next couple months, and then it would come down. So this is kind of his analysis on how he thinks of it.
Well, I think one thing, the viewers need to keep in mind is that just because the calendar year changed doesn't mean that the strength that we saw throughout 2024 suddenly has evaporated. There are tailwinds building because the Fed is dovish, even if they're making fewer cuts. But I think one of the sort of two important things happening early in 2025 is going to be, one, we're seeing manufacturing recover. The ISM manufacturing, posted one of the highest readings in almost 2.5 years. I mean, it's been below 50 basically for nearly 3 years. And the second is that I think the labor market could be softening in a way, because whether you look at link-up data or the ISM employment, to tell us that the Fed now has to be focused back on supporting the economy. So I think this month could be quite decisive in the sense that we've got weakness because of some insecurities building, but I think it's, the same tailwinds are in place. I mean, I think it's still a buy the dip kind of market.
And in terms of perhaps the same themes being in place, does that mean that the leadership profile of the market you expect to stay similar to 2024? I mean, I know it's waxed and waned between mega cap growth leadership and then some broader participation, but we did finish again with dominance by the NASDAQ 100 type stocks.
Investors still are going to pay for earnings visibility, and that's why I think the Mag 7, including NVIDIA, are going to be important holdings. But financial conditions should ease this year. Easing financial conditions does allow some cyclicals to post better earnings growth, like financials and regional banks, industrials, and small caps. So I think that there should be a case for broadening of the markets this year. And then finally, I think in terms of risk appetite, still one of the good measures to look at how risk appetite is to look at something like Bitcoin, and at 97,000, it's still telling us that, this is still a risk on market.
So Tom's bullish, and Tom essentially believes, obviously, that technology is going to be strong enough with earnings growth, along with a macro backdrop that is conducive to financials, small caps, industrials, etc. And that just means that technology, if it continues to get a bid, is going to rally with it. Tesla's at 410 right now, folks. It looks like it wants to close hopefully above this 410 range. It might be a little dicey, 408 to 411, but it does look like we are closing in the high 410s right here. Robinhood making a really nice run towards the end of the day, 41.20, up 4.5%. Robinhood just a fantastic run today. Really been a great week for Robinhood. I think Robinhood started the week like $36, and we're at 41.20 here. MicroStrategy up 13% of the day. MSTX, this thing that gave everyone a heart attack last week, especially if you were in options in it, this thing's up 25% today. So although the volatility has been very tough to deal with on MSTX, it is performing as MSTR does well. Tesla right here at 410. Palantir, let me check the resistance again on Palantir. We do have 4 minutes. Maybe, just maybe, there's a shot we crack 80. But I think, yeah, it's going to be really hard. We have 228,000 shares at 80. So we got 3 minutes for someone to buy 228,000 shares. Maybe, but it's going to be a little tough. Regardless, 6% day on Palantir, I will take it. Uber's up 2%. S&P's 1.2%. HIMS is 6%. AMD's 4%. AMD having a great day. That one's breaking out. NVIDIA as well. I mean, NVIDIA was 126 on Christmas Eve, now 144. Jensen speaking next week. That's going to be important. Look at SoFi, 1484, up 5%, trying to make its way back to $15. We're going to see. We're going to see how this plays out. Grab also had not too bad of a day. Grab started the day at like $4.62, now at $4.80. So also, by the way, the dollar finally came down a little bit today. We went down to like 408 or 108 from 109. Not the biggest decline, but like we needed a decline, and we got a bit of a decline, which was good. SoFi's downgrade was sus. Correct. It was indeed sus. Let's look at some of the Bitcoin plays outside of MicroStrategy. All of them having a very good day. So first of all the Max 7 as well having a great day, except Apple. Apple's the only one that's not really getting too much love here. Bitfarms is up 7%. MSTR up 12%. IREN up 8%. Marathon up 14% on the day. CleanSpark 14% as well. Coinbase 5%. I mean, the Bitcoin proxies are acting like they know Bitcoin's going back to 100,000. That's what it's acting like. And if it does, I mean, that would be great for Robinhood, great for Coinbase, great for MicroStrategy, great for just a risk-on appetite in the market. It would be great for Fartcoin, which is up another 8%, $1.53 right now. But we got to get above 100. And, the big, I think, main day everyone should keep in their mind is January 15th. That is CPI day. If that CPI number comes in below 2.8, which is the headline, maybe we continue to really be risk-on. Because if we actually come below expectations on inflation, like we know J-Powell's going to cut more than 2 cuts. And if we get more than 2 cuts, there's going to be a premium given to growth. If there's a premium given to growth, then all the names that are rooted in that growth sector should get a bid. So January 15th is going to be very important. Now, if the opposite happens, you might get a little bit of a haircut. But again, that haircut I do think would be temporary given earnings growth is still really strong for a lot of these names. Tesla looks like it's going to close above 410 right here. Rocket Lab as well. Incredible day for this one. I don't know what the catalyst has been for this, but it's up 15%, 2874, kind of riding with the market. I would imagine there's a ton of FOMO happening on some of these names as well, and they're piling in, and that's just what happens when you have a bull market. You got people that want to chase equities as they go higher, and Rocket Lab is one of those names that's getting some of that momentum as well. Wow, Robinhood 41.37. Holy crap. What a close into the day. 4.87% right here. Pretty incredible. Archer as well, up 20%. Just a very strong Friday. We have not seen a Friday like this really in the past month. So pretty incredible. All right, Friday, January 3rd. We are going to use our handy dandy video until we get an actual bell fix for this audio. Here we go, folks. The market is now closed. Every time I see this video, it's the funniest thing. I know you guys just like laugh at it. You're like literally laughing at this video. So am I. But at least we get the right sound. That's what we need to. At least we get the sound we need, especially on a day like this when things are green. Tesla ends the day at 410.44, 8.22%, a complete reversal from yesterday's 2% delivery miss, which caused the stock to fall about 8%. We are right back where we started for the new year, 410.44 on Tesla. Robinhood, 41.35, ends the day up 4.84%. Incredible day for Robinhood. MicroStrategy, 339.66, ends the day up 13.22%. Bitcoin, 98,335. Reddit, great day for Reddit, up 7.12%. The S&P 500 up 1.23%. HIMS was up 5.6% on the day. AMD was up 4%, 125.37. Broadcom actually didn't participate too much on the rally today, but it was up basically 30% over the past month. So makes sense that it's taking a little bit of a breather. 232, that was up about 25 bips. NVIDIA up 4.45%. All eyes are on CES next week to see if NVIDIA discusses anything with CPUs, new GPUs, or humanoid robotics. So that's going to be very important for NVIDIA. SoFi, incredible recovery as well, up 5%, 1484. You had Oklo that also had a crazy day, 24% on Oklo in regards to energy. So that was great. Grab was up about 1.2%. Nubank, a great day as well. Nubank ending the day at 10.97, basically $11, up 3.2% after being up 2% yesterday. Mercado Libre was also up 3.92%. Again, the dollar going down probably helped Grab, Nubank, and Mercado Libre today. When that dollar actually comes down like a good 5-6%, which I think is on Trump's agenda, then maybe those companies also get another bid from currency exchanges being in the positive catalyst, being in the positive side for momentum for them versus it being a tailwind. Tesla still moving after hours, 412. It's up another 0.35%. It's moving. It's moving very well. Where's ARM? I didn't even look at ARM the whole day. ARM was up 10% on the day. Snapchat was up 7% on the day. Where was Boeing today? Boeing was down 1.1%. Okay, so Boeing was down. That was another name that was red. Not too many names were red. Kava was a little red today. It was kind of flat. Carvana did get hit by this Hindenburg accusation. That was down 11%. I haven't read the report, but the people that have read the report are saying it's legit. And if it is legit, then there might be some more pain for Carvana. But it looks like Hindenburg potentially got this one right. But again, I haven't read it. It's just from what other people are saying. Amit, why is crypto pumping? It's a good question. I think I don't have the answer, but the implication of the answer is that we're risk on. We are not risk off yet. And you know what's funny? You know what we talked about on the first show of the day, or the first show of 2025? We analyzed every single CNBC analyst that came on to the show December 26th to the 31st, 5 days of these segments. And all of them said the same thing. What was the same thing? Large caps will sell off and expect a 10 to 15% correction. Not saying that can't happen. Again, we're only 3 days into the year. We definitely need a lot more data to work with. But as of now, the market is not wanting to sell off large caps. Amazon was up 1.8% today. NVIDIA was up 5%. Tesla, obviously, we saw what happened with Tesla. After hours, Tesla still moving for 11.55 on Tesla. Meta, the only large cap that's been selling off is Apple. Meta back above 600. Google trying to get back into the 200s. Like, large caps have not had the volatility to the downside that some of the mainstream media has been projecting. And look, they're projecting it for the reasons that everyone would be projecting, which is that valuations are extended. The question is this going to be an expensive market for the next couple of years that's fueled by tech innovation and earnings growth versus the fears of valuation? Because people would rather be in Tesla than not be in Tesla, or be in Meta than not be in Meta, even if they're paying a little bit more than what they would want to be paying. So we're getting some pretty good momentum. Pretty good momentum. Imagine if Tesla closed above 420. That would be incredible on the market close. But like, you see the appetite for Tesla after a deliveries miss. It's so funny because once the deliveries miss is baked in and then people start buying and then you see the stocks start going up, everyone's like, yeah, why did we care about a deliveries miss? And then all the other bullish parts of Tesla start to come back into the mainstream narrative. So look, volatility is the friend of Tesla, and it's been bad to the downside, but strong to the upside. And it's just a question of if earnings are not going to be, as bad enough to make sure the qualitative narrative around Tesla continues to be what people care about, which is AI, FSD, and robotics. And that's what it seems like is driving the stock here right now. Marathon crushes today. Yes, Marathon absolutely crushes today, up 18%. Again, with Marathon, it's been a game of up and down and up and down. You sell the puts when it's down, you sell the calls when it goes up, and you kind of played from that angle. But Marathon has been doing pretty well. It was almost at 30 3 weeks ago, then it fell all the way to 17, and now it's at 1964. So playing the volatility on the up and downs have been very good. MicroStrategy shorts have not done well today, given the stock is up 13%. You did do well if you started shorting above that 380 range, and if you closed your short at 280, then you had a really good short. But if you're still short, right now the short's under a little bit of pressure at 339 on MSTR. SoFi did get an upgrade today from Deutsche Bank. I think that upgrade was good, but I don't think the upgrade is the reason why SoFi ran. I think SoFi ran because people just bought the dip. I mean, it looks like KBW apparently is more influential than Deutsche Bank. But speaking of SoFi, let me show you guys this. This is how bad it looks like people want SoFi to sell off, which to me is a bullish reason to like get excited that people are so negative about SoFi. Take a look at this. This is someone posted this from the airport. Like, there's the #1 headline on their screen. KBW downgrades SoFi to underperform. Here's why. Now, maybe this is just a random headline from Yahoo Finance that happened to pop up, but still, it's just like, damn. It's like, it's like literally on the airplane, people are seeing KBW saying SoFi should sell off. So I don't think the upgrade is what helped SoFi today. I think people just realized the downgrade was so stupid, and then the algorithms came back in. But maybe the upgrade as well, saying SoFi should be 14, added a little bit more to the momentum on it as well. The big banks do not like SoFi. I don't think the big banks hate SoFi. They definitely are not fans of SoFi. I do think when SoFi can offer some of the fintech elements of their B2B banking platform to the big banks, maybe that can get them to be more friendly. But yeah, they are definitely a threat. Now, is SoFi really a threat to Bank of America, JP Morgan long term? No, I think those banks are going to be fine. But net new assets might not be as easily available to those banks if SoFi does gain momentum. So there is an argument that the banks are not a friend of SoFi. APLD, Applied Digital. How did that one do today? Applied Digital, wow, 16.7%. I mean, it was just a green, like what was red today? I'm sure there were some, TLT. So this thing, so when TLT finally goes up, I think we can officially say no one can deny the bull market, because right now you got a lot of skeptics, right? So 37% of you voted that this is a bull trap. 63% of you said it's not a bull trap. When TLT goes up and the 10-year comes down, which is what we need to see for the market to actually feel that inflation is on its way down. I mean, take a look at this. This is how crazy this market is. The 10-year went up today. The market went up, but so did the 10-year. That's not really what's supposed to be happening. You're supposed to see it go the inverse direction, which would lead TLT to go higher, but that's not the case. So still, the market is afraid of inflation. The reason the 10-year came up is because the ISM data today on manufacturing was really good, just a smidge under 50, but better than analyst expectations. I think we came in at 49.4 versus 48.5, which means we're producing, we're manufacturing, we're exporting. The problem is all of that theoretically is inflationary, which is why the 10-year probably sold off today and caused the yield to go higher. But it didn't matter because markets went up as well. And so you've got a lot of conflicting variables going back and forth. There's no really congruent way to make sense of all these variables. But one thing is for certain, if TLT goes up and yields come down, you probably have a much easier chance to maintain a lot of this macro momentum that we're seeing right now. Quantum stocks were red today. I haven't looked at any of the quantums. Were they red? Yeah, they were. Well, no, IONQ was up. D-Wave was down, Rigetti was down, Google was up, QUBT was down, and QSI was basically flat. Oh, QSI is down 15% after hours. I don't know what they just announced or if someone's dumping, but QSI down 15% after hours. Yeah, so these names, I guess, lost a little bit of liquidity today. Obviously, they've been on incredible runs since the basically mid-December point or end of November. But today was a day where they ended up being red. Semis on the day were green, pretty much all of them. SMCI, wow. No one wanted to say SMCI was up 10%. Did everyone take SMCI off their watch list? SMCI, goodness, 10%, huh? Did not see that one. I just got a notification from the Wall Street Journal. Trump will be sentenced on January 10th for his hush money conviction in New York. There's no way they're going to actually give him a real sentence, right? Because, like, can't he just pardon himself 10 days later? A New York judge on Friday said he would move forward and sentence Donald Trump for his hush money conviction before the president-elect begins his second term. Finding no legal impediment to sentencing and recognizing that presidential immunity would likely attach once defendant takes his oath of office, it is incumbent upon this court to set this matter down for the imposition of sentence prior to January 20th. Okay, so they're doing it literally on January 10th because they know he's going to be sworn in on January 20th. I wonder what the sentencing is going to be. Like, are they going to give him a fine or something? Like, what is the... He does have immunity across a bunch of things, but I guess the hush money thing, he was like legitimately convicted on, so he needs a sentencing legally. But like, what are they gonna do to him? House arrest at the White House. Yeah, like what do you do? The most powerful man in the world gets a sentence, and then 10 days later, like he's the president. Like, it's gonna have to be some fine. It's gonna have to be some fine. I don't imagine there would be a jail sentence here. Okay, what else do we have? What else do we have here? So, okay, so for those that are saying it's a bull trap, for those that voted for bull trap, put in the comments why. Let's see what people are saying for why. Why do you think it's a bull trap? Let's see. And for those that are saying it's not a bull trap, put in the comments as well why you think it's not a bull trap. I think there's two arguments for either side. So for saying it's a bull trap, I think volatility and the unknown variables that exist in the market are obviously still here. Trump, tariffs, 10-year, rising dollar, yada, yada, yada. I mean, there's so many different variables we can point to. Unemployment numbers, non-farm payrolls that are coming up. Do you believe the unemployment numbers, CPI? All of those are such unknown variables that are macro related that I don't want to say that's a reason it's a bull trap, but rather that's a reason you could expect more volatility. I am bullish in 2025. So, I mean, for those that are saying it's a bull trap, I don't think you're saying it's a bear market. I think you're rather saying, okay, this was too elevated of a day to jump in and buy stocks because maybe you can get Rocket Lab at 25 one day versus 29 or 28, right? But for those that genuinely believe any of those variables are bearish, I'd be interested to hear why. Now, in terms of why it's not a bull trap, it goes back to the same thesis, which is that money is on the sidelines and they know rates are coming down. They know inflation is coming down, and you'd rather be in Tesla than be in the 10-year or be in a money market fund. As Seymour says right here, too much money on the sidelines. We saw today, $7 trillion on the sidelines. A lot of money there, and a lot of that money that even if a couple $100 billion came into the markets, that is a whole host of liquidity that can come out there. If we have a market crash right now, then China wins the AI revolution. That's an interesting argument. I mean, I kind of agree with that. If big tech stocks were to fail today, China would have an edge. And I think Trump definitely doesn't want those big tech stocks to fail, which is why, the FTC might not be that hard on the Googles and Apples of the world. Then he says, I mean, it's a very big pump today on all stocks based on no news. I think that's probably the best argument why this is a little bit of an elevated today, because what was the reason for us to get this green, right? The only reason I can imagine is J-Pow scared everybody so much for 2 weeks that there was all this like negative sentiment around just equities in general. I mean, we got to extreme fear and greed. So today, maybe that randomly reversed. We are still in fear. We were at 30 in the morning. Now we're at 32, but still in fear. And maybe we don't get back to neutral until like 6,100 on the S&P, which means we still have a couple percentage points to go in terms of growth. I have not done any DD on TMDX. Still have to do that. That's been on the list. Have not looked at it seriously yet. I'm just not that interested in it. That's the problem. Like, it's a small cap. It's an interesting company, but there's so many opportunities that are out there, dude. So many other opportunities. There's a good community on Twitter, though. If you just type in TMDX, there's tons and tons of accounts talking about it. But it did have a good day today, right? This one, it ran up. TMDX. Yeah, it was up 4% today. I think it was up 8% yesterday. So it's a small cap. It's going to be volatile. There's a very interesting business model that they deploy, but their earnings sucked last quarter, and that's why they went down like 40%. Imagine Buffett's buying. Yeah, that could be another reason why we're getting a little bit of bullish sentiment. Maybe Buffett's the liquidity that's propping up some of this market action. Didn't Tom Lee also say Bitcoin is 60? He did, which is why you're not seeing Tom Lee be super, super bullish, right? You're seeing a little bit of hesitation from Tom Lee as well, because he expects a choppy ride to get there, especially on Bitcoin. But then again, if any of that choppiness is just eaten up, then maybe we be much more resilient going into the latter half of the year. Buffett's buying Farcoin. Could you imagine, bro? Could you imagine Buffett one day says, "You know what? I kind of like Bitcoin. Kind of like it." I feel like it would be the coolest thing ever if Buffett's final investment, like his final real big play, is Tesla. It's never going to happen. Maybe never say never, right? Maybe it does. But it would be so cool if, like, at the end of his career, he's like, this is our one last pick. Because, if in 10 years, is Tesla going to be a lot bigger than what it is right now? I think so. And at the end of the day, Buffett is a long-term investor, right? So instead of settling for more dividends from Coca-Cola, what if that capital compounds into Tessie? Imagine Buffett buys Nvidia. Like, I mean, is it that crazy? Dude, this is the best thing about selling puts on Nvidia as well. It's like, if you get assigned, okay, you have more Nvidia. Like, it's Nvidia. You know, it's same thing for a lot of the Max 7. It's like, these are names you can handle for the next 5 years without being too scared that you got assigned on those names. Buffett bought the top in Apple. Okay, he did not buy the top in Apple. He bought it at 500 billion. Apple's at almost 4 trillion, but he did sell at like 180, 190, and he sold a lot of it. I think he sold another good chunk at like 215. So he did miss a little bit of the run. Granted, he's been in it for like 10 years, so he's had a decent amount of gains. But it was kind of weird when Buffett got rid of basically 50% of his Apple by I think it was this was September. It was disclosed. It was kind of weird because we were in a pretty big bull market. And although there was some volatility, we ended the year still really well. And then Apple went up another 10%. But it looks like he is definitely putting some cash on the sidelines. What else do we have right here? He should buy Nubank again. I still think he has Nubank. I don't think he's changed or left Nubank. I'm pretty sure he still has it. Nubank right here up 3.2% as well. Okay, let's listen to some analysts from Jeffries. This is actually one of the analysts I really like from Jeffries and get his take on what he thinks is going on currently in the markets and get some further perspectives from there, particularly around labor market and macro. And then we'll keep going through all the other headlines that we have.
Instant reaction to it is Jeffries' chief market strategist, David Zervos. Happy New Year, David. So Governor Kugler highlighting at the end there the view now that the Fed can take their time to and slow down the pace of rate cuts, perhaps commented on immigration having been helpful in wage growth moderation over the last year or so, and talking about productivity and how that's helped the economy run a little hotter. What stood out to you, David?
Well, Happy New Year, John. Thanks for having me on. And not much stood out as a surprise to me here. I guess what continues to surprise me the most is how little Fed or FOMC members talk about some of the potential good things that may be on the horizon with policy changes, particularly related to deregulation. I hear a lot about tariffs. I hear a lot about immigration. I hear a lot about worries on fiscal policy or geopolitics and the like. But I think the biggest storyline, and we've been pushing this at Jeffries now for a very long time, the biggest difference between the two candidates going into the election and now with the Trump win, the biggest policy change is going to be deregulation. And I think the markets are reacting to that. The markets are embracing that. That's why we see resilience in the S&P. We had a pretty good 2024. It seems like today we're continuing a bit of that trend, although it's been a choppy start, but still like a good start.
So is it priced in now, then, that expectation of deregulation? And if not, how would you factor in as an investor the continuing positive impact of deregulation? How soon does that hit?
I think it hits fast, and that's why I want our clients and I want listeners here today to be thinking about it, because it's executive orders, John. It's things that can be signed on the 21st of January, and I think they're ready to go. They're ready to go in the energy sector. They're ready to go in the.
That is a good point. We talked about Trump's executive orders and his action on executive orders, but one thing I didn't mention is that he could do a lot of deregulation via executive order on day one. That is something that he does have the power to do. He doesn't need Congress approval to just deregulate a bunch of different things, particularly for the financial sector. So there is an argument that maybe the market's waking up to the fact that Trump's going to deregulate a lot. And as a result, that's generally bullish for growth.
The financial services sector, they're ready to go in virtually every sector. And I think they've been preparing for this for a long time. A lot of folks at the AFPI that are going to be members of this staff and members of the cabinet, I think they're ready to go. And I find it a little frustrating that we're not talking more about the deregulation side. There's a lot of, and I guess I'm frustrated, but I'm also kind of happy about it because I think the market's underpricing how important that is. Gives me more confidence that we could see positive storylines develop that the market isn't 100% pricing in. And there are those folks that think the market is too Pollyannish at the moment, which I disagree with.
David, we did just hear Governor Kugler talk about the fact that the Fed continues to be data dependent, but she did also just talk about the fact that SEP, that what the Fed and officials are expecting in terms of rate cuts and that neutral rate coming down in 2025 was tapered because of inflation, the quote unquote bump in inflation in the last couple of months of 2024. Could we be poised here, especially if deregulation really takes root in a meaningful way, as you're talking about, for a repeat of what we saw with the Fed under Powell in 2018?
I don't think so. And I certainly hope not. I don't think they're going to be that stubborn. Or Jay would be that stubborn. I think that's probably too much. There could be a little stubbornness, and it sounds like there's a bit of stubbornness there. They're willing to wait and see, and the market may not like that at some point over the course of the year, and that'll be an opportunity. But I don't see that storyline as a really viable one. I think it's a very balanced view that you just got from Governor Kugler, and I think it's pretty consistent with what's on the rest of the FOMC's sort of thinking. But from the market's perspective, remember where we started 2024. We had over 6 rate cuts priced in. And one of our themes at the beginning of 24 was the market can go up even if the Fed's not cutting because things are going pretty well. So we don't need rate cuts to make the market go up. We need sort of a positive supply side story. That would be good. Or we need the Fed to be cutting if there's some negative demand side effects that come into play from over-restrictive policies or shocks. So I think either way, the Fed is poised to cut if we need it. We have the put, we have the backstop. That's great. If we don't need it, that's great too, because actually probably means we've got supply side forces driving growth a little stronger. And I think those supply side forces would actually be disinflationary, not inflationary. And that's something that maybe the market isn't 100% factoring in because they're so obsessed with tariffs and immigration and some of the other policies that they seem to be highlighting as the drivers of this new administration, when I think that the first order of business is going to be to cut the red tape, cut the changes, cut the regulation, changes at places like the FTC, changes at places like commerce and treasury that I think are going to matter a lot to businesses. And we're going to see it in M&A. We're going to see it in...
I think this argument makes a lot of sense. And this is why I actually like this analyst from Jeffries. It's like he's talking about the thing that no one's talking about, which is deregulation. I mean, how long have we been talking about tariffs and all this other stuff that is like not what the Fed wants to see, definitely not what the 10-year wants to see, but deregulation is something that could be beneficial. Speaking of being beneficial, shout out to I'm Beneficial, not only because it's his birthday, but also because he just sent me this article. The IRS has granted a temporary relief on crypto tax reporting rules amid legal challenges, which means now it looks like, and please make sure to confirm this for yourself because I'm just reading from an article. It looks like people are not going to have to pay taxes on some of their crypto gains until 2026. That's what it's looking like right here. This extension will remain in place till December 31st, 2025, allowing brokers additional time to accommodate various accounting methods. So it looks like different centralized exchanges are going to be able to find the ability to aggregate all the data of the selling and buying, because this was a record year for crypto in terms of volumes. And as a result, the IRS issued a temporary relief on crypto cost basis reporting rules, potentially averting increased tax liabilities for digital asset investors until December 31st, 2025. So if you did make a lot of money in crypto on Robinhood or Coinbase, et cetera, you might have another year to pay that off versus in 2025 from the 2024 gains that you might have, which is not bad. I mean, that also saves people the need to necessarily sell a ton of their crypto or other assets to pay those taxes, and can leave assets inside of those platforms a little bit more as well. Shout out to Julie for the $5 super chat. Happy birthday to I'm Beneficial. Hope you have a great day, man. Hopefully you enjoy it. It's Friday. It's a great day for a birthday. Hopefully you get to go out with your girl, have fun, and get to celebrate the 31st year of life. And given I know how big you are in Hood, nice little day on Hood definitely probably makes the birthday feel better as well. 41.35 on Hood, up 5%. Did Vlad sell any more shares today? Let's see. He got 37 yesterday. If he had waited today, he would have had 41. Let's see. You know how much I've been complaining about having to pay capital gains tax? I can't imagine if you're like Vlad sold $30 million worth of stuff. He's going to have to pay 50% of that, like 15 million, unless there's some certain loopholes that he has. But yeah, no sales today. Like 50% of that is gone, right? Like it has to be gone, or at least 35% of it. He's in California. No, it's at least 50% or 30 or at 39%. Like, unless unless he does it through a trust, maybe the trust is shielded from some of the capital gains tax. But like all of these big insiders that sell and they get 30, 40 million in a day, like half of that's gone. So it's kind of wild, bro. Like even we look like it's crazy how much they're selling, but in reality, a decent amount of that money is definitely going to Uncle Sam. Most money I ever had on a birthday, thanks to Hood. I love it. That's so cool. That is so awesome, especially on your birthday, bro. Dude, it was a nice green day. Like I think by the end of the market open, it was green, but once the market open ended, and I think we got into like the 2 p.m.-ish range, that's when it was really green. I mean, that's when we saw Tesla really take a nice leg up from like 402 to basically 410. Google right here up 1.3% of the day. SoFi as well, 1484. Obviously, Hood did really well. Apple down a little bit. TMDX was up 3.89%. Robinhood 4135. And then Palantir, I mean, continuing to maintain momentum in the face of all the bears not loving the valuation. 79.89 up 6.25%. Market doesn't look like they think Palantir is the most overvalued stock in the world. Market looks like as long as Palantir can grow earnings, they might be willing to keep giving it some love. I mean, Palantir has been less volatile than pretty much every name. Like after Palantir had a sustained run from, I mean, it's been volatile since the S&P inclusion, but all that volatility has been up. There has been very few like 10, 15% dips. The most pain we had was $67.01 or $67.20 3 weeks ago. And then on 12/20 we had $70.27. But outside of that, it's not been as volatile as Tesla or MicroStrategy or any of these names. It's been kind of flat, to be honest. It's either green or flat, which is nice to see. Amit, how's that SoFi put doing? That SoFi put is doing well. Shout out to Adam in the chat as well. I think he talked about having some SoFi puts the other day when he came on the show. We're up 25% on that SoFi put. So not bad. Not bad at all. It's been a decent day. This whole tax thing has Amit pretty shook up. Dude, it's a lot of tax. I was on the phone with my uncle today. Like I was on the phone with him. We were talking. So you know how I talked about like getting some profits and then my margin going up like crazy? My uncle had the same situation happen to him, but at a different scale. The same uncle in Singapore. So I was on the phone with him today. He told me how much margin they gave him. And it's like, yo, this is what? Like this. It's once you get a decent amount of money, the broker just wants you to like keep that money. They also want you to keep trading, so it's like dangerous. But again, if you're an option seller and you're not like insane with it, and you pick very conservative deltas, you can really use the brokerage's money to potentially collateralize and make some premiums. So, but he's in Singapore. He doesn't have to pay any taxes, so he's buying and selling every freaking day. He's just having fun with it. I'm just like, well, if I sell this, I have to pay taxes. If I buy this, I have, like, it's just. There was so much in regards to having to deal with these taxes. Sam, thank you for the $10 super chat. Amit, have you ever covered Chainlink, one of the very few crypto with critical real world value for adoption, basically a monopoly in its field? Would love your thoughts. So I've heard a lot about Chainlink. I've never actually spent a weekend studying it. I have a couple friends that are really interested in Chainlink. The ticker symbol is LINK. It's up there in the top cryptos, right? Like Link is up there in like the top 15. Yeah, number 12. It's market cap is at 15 billion. So no, I've never really studied it. It's obviously had a tailwind with the entire crypto industry. I kind of like it more than XRP. Don't tell Steve that. Actually, do tell Steve that. I don't care. Let Steve know. But yeah, it's one that I have to look more into. But there are plenty of people that have told me this is something to pay a little bit more attention to, especially in terms of the actual utility that it has. Wait until Amit finds out about Roth accounts. No, I get it. Like, but I get you get the problem is most of my money at this stage of life is not in my retirement accounts. Maybe eventually it'll transition there, but the most of it is still in a taxable brokerage account, which requires paying taxes. So it is what it is. Ryan says I'm moving to Singapore to avoid taxes. Dude, my uncle is thinking of moving to the US. He works at a big bank in Singapore. They have an office in the United States. They were thinking of sending him to New York City, which I would love because he would be 20 minutes away from me. But the more he's thinking about this tax situation, he's like, wait a second, this is a bit aggressive to pay this much in taxes. Just a little bit aggressive to pay freaking 50% of every dollar in taxes. Yes. It obviously, Singapore is not a small cost of living place. I mean, like, it's hard to even have a car there. I get it, but he's in the markets, and the number one thing for him is buying and selling without having to pay a crap ton of capital gains tax. Tess, thanks for the 10 pounds. First of all, it's thank you for clarifying on chat. Second of all, how dare you ignore Amit? How can we wingman you with what are you talking about? So this of all sing happy birthday to okay, I'm not singing. I'm not singing a song. I'm sorry. Look, I love I'm Beneficial. That's my guy, but I'm not singing happy birthday. We're not doing. First of all, I tried to sing a long time ago, okay? That didn't work. That's why I became a speaker. Tried to freaking be the next Michael Jackson. That didn't work out. So I don't think I'm Beneficial would want me to sing. All right. I will buy him a drink when I meet him in Florida, but we're not singing, dude. We're not singing. That's no, you guys aren't gonna get me to sing. I don't care what peer pressure. I'm not singing. Like, no, we're just like, we're not doing that. We're not freaking singing. That is not happening. It is not happening. I'm not drunk enough to sing, dude. Maybe if I was off the Jaeger. This sounds kind of cool, right? Off the Jaeger. You know, people say off the Henny, off the Jaeger. Does anyone say off the Jaeger? Maybe if I was off the Jaeger. Look, maybe if I was off the Jaeger, you guys should have asked me on New Year's Eve to sing. Maybe I would have done it. Not today, bro. It's not that easy to do that today. Where's Bitcoin? Bitcoin 98,260. 98,260. No, bro, I'm not singing. I'm not singing. I appreciate the $5 super chat, but I'm not singing. We're not doing this. Goodness gracious. Although I do have a nice falsetto. I'm not gonna lie. I have a nice falsetto. I actually really do have a nice falsetto. That's probably the reason I thought I could be Michael Jackson. I think I have a good voice in that high pitch, even though my voice is generally pretty deep. But I'm not singing. Oh, you said you don't have to. Okay, I read it wrong. You said you don't have to. Okay, good. Thank you. I got you. Yo, I'm Beneficial. The Jaeger bombs are on me in Florida. We're going to get a ton of them, and then maybe we'll sing. But yeah, we're not singing. We're not singing here. I do have a nice falsetto, though. I'm not going to prove it, but I do, dude. Like when I sing to The Weeknd, when I'm listening to The Weeknd. By the way, The Weeknd, just angelic voice, right? One of the best voices of all time. I mean, very similar to like a Michael Jackson voice, just a different style. But like when I'm singing along to The Weeknd, dude, I'm matching his pitch. Actually, I'm living up to his falsetto. I never had the guts to build my own music career, but I definitely can do it. I definitely can do it. Adam, the meetup is January 18th. Likely gonna. I'm still thinking of the details, but likely gonna be in Bryant Park. Just anywhere that's super open and public, so everyone can join, and then whatever happens throughout the day will happen. But likely going to be in that area. But I'll have more details once I add everyone to the Telegram group and send them the updates. Let me put the link in the chat right here if you're interested in the NYC meetup, January 18th. I think how many people filled out this form so far? We have 47 people that filled out the form so far. I don't expect all 47 people to be there, but I'm expecting at max 20 people to be there. But if we do get a decent amount of people, it'll be fun and it'll be super cool. So there's the form. All right, so that is the end of the market close. I'm going to, I'll stay on for a little bit. We'll do some Q&A. I'm already going to timestamp it right here because I know I'm probably going to end up yapping for like another 30 minutes. But that's the end of the market close. No other big headlines today, guys. I don't see any headlines in the market. Nothing too crazy. It was a green day. It was a very green day. It was a nice green day. It was such a green day. I thought it was September, and I was asking Siri to wake me up when it ended. But it was a really, really green day. And nothing more than that. Markets decided, I guess, even algorithmically, to reallocate capital after a fresh set of red days to end out December as we head into 2025. That was a good one, right? The green day. That was a good one. That was not bad. That was good. You put that together. See, Midwest. Thank you. Midwest is going to get a Jaeger bomb as well when I meet him. Midwest is going to be off the Jaeger with me. Whoever laughs at my jokes is gonna get the Jaeger. It is what it is. But yeah, that's it. I don't think there's any other headlines. I don't think there's. Mike Johnson got the Speaker of the House. That's it. That's it. It was a green day, and we'll see next week if this green day is actually indicative of further green, especially if CPI comes in better than expected. But besides that, congratulations to everyone. Hopefully everyone just felt a little bit better looking at their portfolios, and maybe 2025 is going to continue to be what 2024 was. All right, that's it for the market close. I'll stay on for Q&A. Amit can't sing. He gaslighted us. No, I actually can't sing. No. Let me say that. I can't sing, but I can get a falsetto. I can't sing. Okay, I can't sing. I'm bad at singing, but I can get the falsetto if I need to. I'm just not going to do it live, but I can get the falsetto if I need to. Amit, will you be bringing your wife to the meetup? You guys, no, because I don't have a wife. I have 10 of them. No, I'm just kidding. But no, the wife is not coming to the meetup, given I don't have a wife. So, have you ever listened to Green Day? Yes, I listened to what's the song with 21? Is it 21 Guns or something? They have a song with the word 21 in it. Green Day 21 Guns. Yup. And then they Wake Me Up When September Ends. I know those are the two most basic songs, but still. I still listened. Those are 2010. That was part of my childhood. Those two songs were big songs. They were good songs. Is the meetup sponsored by Grindr? No, there's no sponsor for the meetup. There is no. You guys will be getting a gift though when you show up, but there's no sponsor for the meetup. Amit, are you going to stay all in cash or sell puts on it? I will be selling puts with the cash. I'm just waiting for good opportunities. Like SoFi was a great opportunity, so I sold some puts on SoFi yesterday. Probably before Tesla earnings, I'm going to sell a put just to see and test the waters based on where Tesla stock is. If Tesla stock's at 450, I'll sell a put at 400. If it's at 400, I'll sell it at 380, 370. But as of now, haven't really put in too much capital. MicroStrategy to target a capital raise up to $2 billion. MSTR capital raise up to $2 billion. Okay, hold on. That's a headline. MSTR is up a little bit after hours. Where are they going to raise $2 billion from? How are they doing this? How is this happening? MSTR 2 billion? Wait, is this? What is PFD stock? Hold on. What's this headline? What is PFD? MicroStrategy to target a capital raise up to $2 billion. Oh, is this preferred? What does PFD stand for? Is this just a fancy way of saying dilution? Oh, preferred stock, right? Preferred stock. Okay. So dilution then, right? Dude, of course he would do it the day it's up fucking 13%. Of course. Why not? Yo, Adam, I know you're in the chat. Adam and me were texting about this today. Adam literally called it. Adam texted me today at he texted me at 1:45 p.m. and he said he's definitely going to dilute. Well, there you go. Why isn't MSTR down though on this? You would think it would take it down a little bit. It's kind of up. It's up a little bit, up 0.3% after hours. But that's not good. That's not good. Again. If 2,000 people show up, that's a lot of gifts. I'm not expecting 2,000 people to show up, but if they do, I guess I'll have to get a rain check on all those gifts. Amit, when are you coming to Toronto? I don't know. I think probably though, like that May, April, June time. More likely towards the latter half of the year, not in the beginning, just because the beginning's a little busy, but definitely Toronto's on the list. I haven't been to Canada in a while, bro. I haven't been to Canada since 2018. I went there for spring break. We went to Montreal with my friends. I only went for a couple of days, so I didn't get to explore too much, but I've never been to Toronto. I've never been to the 6, so I would love to go. Yeah, I should definitely visit Tanner when I'm there. Tanner should be there. I should invite him to it. It's like Tanner's, that's where he's at. So there's a bunch of other YouTubers in Canada that I should meet. There's a lot of you guys in Toronto. The demand is crazy. Just stop the at the money. I agree, Adam. The demand is crazy for these damn shares. Just stop this at the money stuff, dude. Holy crap. $2 billion. It's ridiculous. Are you coming to Italy to visit Arnie? So this depends. I don't even know what my summer plans are. It depends on when Robin is having this France event. But I think I can make a London, Italy, France, Germany trip in the summer based on when Robinhood has this event. Because if they have this event on like July 15th, then I can come July 1st, and the first 14 days I can like go travel in Europe, which I've never done. I mean, I've been to Europe, but I've never actually traveled in Europe. So I'm gonna have to see, but the plan is to get to at least London and France, because I know a lot of you guys in the UK, and then hopefully Italy, because Arnie and I have been talking about going to Italy for a while, and he's been wanting me to come there for like a year. So we're gonna see if this can happen. But I hope Robinhood doesn't do their event in like August. I hope they do it in like July. Like I hope they do it like in the middle of the summer. That would be perfect. YouTuber declares bankruptcy after fulfilling disciple gift obligations. That's hilarious, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get to London. I gotta get to the UK. The UK is cool, dude. The UK is cool. And so many of you are from the UK. So many of you are from Europe, bro. A lot of you are international. A lot of you guys, like, let me check the YouTube analytics. I haven't checked this in like a year and a half. Where is the audience actually from? But a lot of you guys that love investing, particularly investing in US stocks, you don't live in the US, which says a little bit more about Europe than it does about the United States. But all right, analytics, audience. Let's see. Yeah, we got Belgium, Frankfurt, Finland, Switzerland. Okay, so demographics. Okay, so let me share this with you guys. This is what I'm looking at. These are the countries that watch the channel. Okay, so we got United States. That's number 1. This is what top. Let me do last 20. Okay, it's last 28 days. United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, Singapore. So the UK and Germany are in the top 5. And then Singapore is number 6. Then we got Sweden, Netherlands, Australia. We got some India. We got Denmark, Portugal, Malaysia, Finland, Israel, Switzerland, Belgium, Japan, Norway, Hong Kong, Spain, Taiwan, France, Italy, Mexico, Thailand, Poland. Big Europe focus at the top end. And then we have a little bit more of Asia towards the bottom. So the US, Canada, Germany, and the UK. Oh, Singapore's in the top 5 as well. Singapore's in the top 5. Yeah. Singapore, Germany, United Kingdom, Canada, and the United States. You know, these are some of the best markets for investors in terms of just like investor appetite. Singapore makes sense in Southeast Asia, and then the UK, Germany makes sense, and then Canada, obviously from North America, and then the United States. Everyone from around the world. It's really cool, dude. It's really cool. I mean, it means a lot of people care about investing, obviously. But also, that's the power of YouTube, right? This is another reason I want to buy Google. It's just like, how many platforms give you that much distribution across the entire world? And that's because, by the way, have you seen this new feature on YouTube where you can ask it about a video? So let me go to my video from yesterday about Palantir, top 7 moments. Will it do it on this video? No. Okay, it's not showing it to me on my own videos, but there's a feature where there's a button called Ask. Like underneath the share download part, you can say Ask. And when you ask it a question, it'll just summarize the entire video, give you the main points, all that stuff, which makes so much sense because YouTube has the transcript, all the data, etc. But like they are innovating so massively in regards to AI, which is pretty incredible. Australia, I want to go to Australia, but Australia is far, bro. Australia is very far. I don't know if there's enough people that are watching from Australia, but I would love to go to Australia. Australia is just really, really far. It's like a 20-hour flight, I think, from New York. So it's like farther than India. Singapore is also far because you got to go 15 hours and then another 5 hours. So that one's a far one. We got Dominican Republic in the house. I love it. Yeah, Australia is far from all of us. Dude, Australia is like that one part on the globe that's just like in that corner. And a lot of it is land. But Melbourne and Brisbane, and Sydney, those are really amazing areas in Australia. The reason why more investors are outside of the United States is that most of the people who live in the U.S. live from paycheck to, you just gave a full-on shade to Americans that can't save their money. I mean, you're not really wrong. People don't save their money in the United States, bro. We are a consumer-driven economy. Now, thankfully, we consume so much so that you guys have companies to invest in because they're building products and services for us to consume. But literally no one in the United States saves their money, bro. I shouldn't say literally no one, but you get my point, right? Like, people don't have savings. People do not have, unless you're really financially, optimized. you don't have a ton of savings. You just don't. You guys eat all your money. Yeah, we eat all our money. We eat a lot of other stuff too, bro. I mean, like, the United States is fat. I'm not going to lie. The United States is absolutely obese. And hopefully that changes, but we are definitely fat in the States. Austin says, I'll see you at the Palo Alto meetup. All right, that's awesome. That is very cool. You're in Arizona. Oh, that's perfect. If you're in Arizona, that is... Oh, is the screen frozen? No, we're not frozen. Okay, we're good. We're good. Perfect. Yeah, the Palo Alto, I think I like that we're doing New York and Palo Alto for the first 2 meetups, because New York is where I'm from, so it's easier to get there, and it's like we can do the first meetup in my kind of home area. And then Palo Alto, I feel like I know Palo Alto so well because I've been there so many times, but that gives everyone from the West Coast to get a chance as well. Hey, Amit, can you come to my wedding reception to ring the bell in London? Would legit send you an invite. Dude, that'd be pretty cool. If you're getting married when I make my London trip, if you happen to get married in July, I'd be down, dude. Crash the wedding, ring the bell. That'd be really cool. I'm going to make the Telegram group this weekend. So if you signed up on the forum, again, I'll put the forum in the chat. That's when you will get a notification, probably by like Sunday night. You guys should see it. So again, there's the forum right there. You're from Jersey, bro, not New York. Okay. Yes, I'm from Jersey, but we still claim New York because we have to. I mean, it's kind of the same, bro. And also, I'm not from that part of Jersey, like Southern Jersey, Atlantic City. I'm from the city part of Jersey, which is very close. I mean, the amount of times that I've gone to New York is insane, dude. I've been to New York probably over 1,000 times in my life. I used to go to New York City after high school was done to go chill at the World Trade Center with friends, and we would hop on a train from Newark, New Jersey. 15 minutes, we'd be like at the pier at the World Trade Center. Like literally, we would it's almost like we went to school in New York. We just had to take a train from New Jersey, and we'd be, especially during the summer, because those would be perfect days right after high school. I didn't go to high school in Fort Lee, but Fort Lee is also close to New York. But I feel like I'm not from New York, but I feel like I've known New York my whole life. We don't claim the city in Jersey. All right, well, if you're a true Jersey person, you don't claim it. I get it. But still, it's like a little bit of, look, I love the New York magic. I've always been obsessed with the New York magic. I would love to live in New York. Unfortunately, I think it's just not worth it from a financial perspective. But I love the city, dude. I love the city. Every time I go there, it's beautiful. Now, is it unsafe? And are there some shitty parts to it? Yes, but there's still the magic of being in New York. That's what I still love. Tech Fitness said, I grew up in Jersey City. Jersey City is another Jersey City is very close to New York as well. Like very close. I went to Science Park in Newark, New Jersey, Science Park High School, which again was like a 15-minute train ride from New York. Shout out to Phil. I enjoy getting my nails done in New York City too. Dude, they're still glowing, bro. They're not glowing as much anymore, but they're still glowing. But nails in New York probably would cost like $60, whereas in Jersey, at least, it only costs $30. But New York, that's another reason I wanted to live in New York, dude. It's expensive. It's so freaking expensive. Like, it's just not worth, even if you're making good money, it's expensive. Like, it's just like, it's not it. Versus if you live close to New York in Jersey City or Hoboken or any of these places in New Jersey, and you get a way better price per square foot in an apartment if you rent it or if you buy it, versus being stuck in a shoebox in New York. Like, I feel like to live in New York, bro, to really live comfortably, you've got to be making millions per year to like really enjoy. Now, obviously, there's a lot of people that live in New York that don't make anywhere near that. I get it, but they take a big sacrifice, which is lifestyle, which isn't the most fun. Did you close out your hood calls, Mitt? Yes, we closed them out yesterday, and those are officially closed. Where would you live if you moved from your parents' house? So I'm thinking closer to New York, around that Jersey City, Hoboken area. Not sure exactly where, but yeah, I actually have a tour scheduled for tomorrow for an apartment complex, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it because I had a meeting come up. But at 1 p.m., if that meeting gets moved, then I am driving to a certain area to see their apartments. And I'm going to get the process started, bro. We're trying to move out by the end of the summer. That is the goal. That is the goal. So by October, hopefully we're able to do it. But yeah, I want to get close to the city for a lot of reasons. And a lot of that has to do with, I'm in finance media, and New York is the center of finance, which is why I would love to be in New York. It's just money-wise, it doesn't make sense. But I think getting close to New York would be really important. Also, the cool thing is, like, if you're close to New York and you can take a train in or a path in, which is like the subway, you can just chill there. Like you can go there, have fun for the night, and then come back and not have to like worry about being stuck in New York, which is also really nice. Were you valedictorian in high school? No, I was number 4. I should have been valedictorian, but I was number 4. Dude, my GPA was like a 4.255 because I was in this program that like boosted your GPA. Like it wasn't AP classes, but it was like AP classes. And I wanted to be number 1 so I could give the speech because I love talking, but I was number 4, so I couldn't give the speech. And the girl who gave the speech, it was just, I don't even remember the speech, but well, probably because it was not memorable. But it was not the best speech from my brief memory of it. I don't even know what I would have said, dude, if I had to give the speech. It would have, I don't know, what would have been the theme of my graduation speech? I probably would have talked about death, dude. If I'd been like, yeah, guys, we're all gonna die one day, so chase your dreams. It would have been some motivational shit like that, bro. I would have added some jokes. Dude, I'm a funny guy, all right? I was like, I don't want to say I was the class clown, but I definitely made people laugh in high school. Like, but I was smart, right? So that's the class clown is usually the guy who's like sucks at school, but like makes people laugh. I was, if you want to use grades as a barometer for smart, I was pretty smart, but I still made people laugh. I made my teachers laugh as well. Dude, my teachers loved me. Like my teachers legit loved me, dude. Like there's a certain level of charm you need to have as a teenager to be able to get your teachers to like give you extensions on homework and like forgive you if you need to retake a test and stuff like. And I was traveling so much for debate like that. I always needed to go up to them after school and be like, "Can I take this test next week? Is that okay?" And you have to be a little charming to get that stuff done. You have to do it. I am a funny guy, said by the guy who made a Head and Shoulders joke the other day. Yeah, but the Head and Shoulders joke made people laugh, bro. It doesn't matter if you laughed out of pity. You laughed. That's what freaking matters. You bribed the teachers? I did not bribe the teachers, bro. I did not bribe them. I think they were happy for me because they saw me being successful in debate. They wanted to support me, all that stuff. And like realistically, it doesn't matter if I take the test a week later. It's like these things in life that matter so much in the moment, they don't actually matter. And because they don't actually matter, a lot of times teachers hopefully can be a little bit more forgiving of that stuff, Someone talked about his Bitcoin in his speech 10 years ago and is a legend. I feel like I saw this video. Amit would have been a meme. Valedictorian mispronounces a bunch of words. This mispronunciation thing started happening on YouTube. Like, I don't remember being someone who mispronounced words my whole life or during my debate career or in high school when I was, one thing I do read really fast though. I remember I was in high school and this is actually a funny story. I was in high school. Okay. So remember I was, this was my senior year. I was dating a girl who graduated from the same high school from me, but she was in Stanford. Right. So she came back for the holidays and I was in English class. And in English class where everyone reads like loud from the book, right? Like everyone has to read out loud. So my girlfriend at the time walks into the class and like surprises me, right? It was super cool. And she was really cool with the teacher because again, she had just graduated like 6 months before. So it was super cool. And then she's sitting in the corner waiting for class to end. And then they get to me and I have to start reading. And I start reading fast as hell. Like I'm just like reading, like you're supposed to read normally. So like everyone can hear. I'm just running through the pages. My teacher's like, "Why the hell are you reading so fast?" I'm just like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Are you nervous?" I'm like, "I'm not nervous." She's like, "Are you nervous because your girlfriend's here?" I'm like, "No, what are you talking about?" She just embarrassed me in front of everybody, dude. It was hilarious. It was so funny. I remember that day because maybe I was nervous. I don't know why I was reading so fast, but like I was reading fast as hell. And she was just like, "Why?" Her name is Miss Sockwell. Miss Sockwell. She was the best English teacher ever, bro. She was such a good English teacher. That was hilarious, bro. It was so funny because she knew her really well because she was her teacher 6 months before she graduated, right? So Like it was just so. But that's what I'm saying. I had a really good relationship with all of my teachers, and they were able to actually like allow me to do what I wanted to do in high school. Amit, are you going bald? No, I'm not going bald. I don't think I'm going to go bald until I'm like 45, 50. That's when my dad started having bald spots. So I think I have another good like 20 years until that happens. The reason I wear a hat all the time is because my hair is crazy. And like, it's going to be everywhere and it's annoying and I have to push it out my eyes. And so I just don't want to deal with that. But I think I have 20 years until I start balding. Apparently she wasn't that good an English teacher. You didn't learn any vocabulary. I learned Byzantine. Okay. It's a hell of a word. I did learn Byzantine. Mark, thanks for the $5 super chat. New for 2025, the $5 Amit challenge. I challenge Amit to pronounce Estee Ladar correctly all year. Who wants next? Keep paying it forward all year. Dude, how do you say it again? It's like, how do you say Estee Ladar? Estee Lauder? Is it Lauder? Could AI help with this? How do you say Estee Lauder? Let's see. Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder. Estee, here's the breakdown. Lauder is low and then der. Estee Lauder. Okay, so it's Estee Lauder, not Ladar. Okay, got it. Estee Lauder. Got it. All right, there we go. I'm probably going to forget next time we have to say it again, but Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder. Amit pronounces Volkswagen wrong. I can bet my life. How do you say Volkswagen? That's how you say it, right? Volkswagen. Like, how am I saying Volkswagen wrong? And why is that making me have a lips, bro? What are these words you guys come up with, bro? Goodness. Why is it hard to say these freaking words? No, that's not how you say it? Well, how the hell do you say it? Rob, thank you for the super chat. Amit, has Palantir executed their $1 billion buyback? And if not, what are your thoughts? They've executed 20 million of it. My thoughts are two things. I don't think they're going to buy back their shares at these levels because the shares are extended. But if they do, that's super bullish. So if they come out next quarter and they say, yeah, we bought back 1 million shares, we spent 80 million bucks, that means they think they're undervalued at $80, which is bullish. I don't think they're going to do that. We'll see. If they do that, that's super bullish, but they haven't really executed even 10% of that buyback yet. Okay, how do you say it? Tanner, how do you say these words, bro? Volkswagen? Wait, no. How do you spell this shit? How do you spell it? Hold on. Volkswagen. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT again. How do you say? Oh, okay. So this is what ChatGPT says. Okay. Yo, don't make fun of me, bro. I'm just trying to figure this out. Like English sounds like folks with a soft V. So Volkswagen, the va rhymes with spa and gen, sounds like gun without the U. So hold on. Wagen. Oh, is it? Wait, so it's Volkswagen. Is that the right way to say it? Volkswagen? Dude, why is it so hard for me to say it? Okay, I know how to say baloney, okay? I wasn't going to say Bologna or Begonia or something. I have some culture. I know it's baloney. I don't know, bro. I'm sorry. I'm making you guys upset with saying this. I'm sure it's pissing some of you off, but I don't this is just, I can't. I need to hear someone say this, bro. Okay, I have a guy who's talking about it. Let's see. Hopefully he doesn't copyright the video if I play a little bit of his. I'm not trolling you guys, bro. I'm not. I need to see someone say this.
At the car-making behemoth, which today owns a whole year after the launch of a cost-cutting measures would be needed, was considering shutting factories. This video is brought to you by Nebula. On Monday, Volkswagen announced that it was
Volkswagen. Okay, got it. Volkswagen. Got it. See? Why don't you guys tell me that?
by Nebula. On Monday, Volkswagen announced
Volkswagen. There you go. That's what I was saying. That's basically what I was saying. That's basically what I was saying. Volkswagen. Wait, why are you guys saying that's wrong? We just heard him. We just freaking heard him. What is his problem? What's wrong with that guy? He's German? Yeah, y'all are. You said I'm trolling. You guys are trolling. He's saying Volkswagen. Like, what is the issue? Do I need to find another guy who says this freaking word? Okay, this is from Bloomberg. There's no way this one can be wrong. Let's wait until we hear the Bloomberg lady say it.
Europe's biggest economy is confronting the most symbolic chapter yet in its story of industrial decline. And the great icon of Germany Incorporated is at the center of the crisis.
Volkswagen epitomizes
Volkswagen. Like, what's the difference, bro? Volkswagen. He said it. There's no way that's that different. He's saying it right. You're butchering wagon. You know, can we just talk about Tesla? Do we even have to talk about this car factory anymore? We have to do it. Finally, a good question. Grab. Do I think they'll be profitable? Yes, I think they'll be profitable. That's a good question. Can we Volkswagen. That actually sounds really fancy. Volkswagen. Can we start saying it Volkswagen? That actually sounds way better. I just got a Volkswagen. Volkswagen. Why are you spelling with an F, bro? You guys are saying you have to use the F? Volkswagen. I don't have to tell you guys, dude. I do not know what to tell you guys. This is how I say it. Just no one ever, just please don't make me say it again. That's it. That's all I'm asking. I'm happy you're laughing, Tabitha. I'm happy you guys are getting entertainment out of this. I'm trying to say it. I just can't. Massachusetts. I can't say that one either, but everyone knows that one. I don't know how to fucking say that word. Massachusetts. I know when we go to Boston, it's going to be hilarious because everyone's going to ask me to say it. Wag, like wagging your finger. Okay, so Volkswagen. Right? Volkswagen? Is that how you say it? Like, use Google Translate? Oh, yeah. Let me use Google Translate. Google Translate. Let's see. Okay, let's see. If Google says it wrong, then I don't care. Volkswagen. Okay. Okay, that's the French one. Volkswagen. That's the right way, right? Oh, you guys aren't seeing this. Sorry. I'm not sharing it. Sorry. I'm not sharing it.
Volkswagen.
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 Okay, there we go. I got it right. At this point, I'm not changing it, bro. I don't care anymore. I don't freaking care. I don't care. There's something wrong with my lips on how I say this. You know, did I tell you guys the story when I think some of the OGs might know this, but when I was in kindergarten, sorry, not kindergarten, preschool, I remember this. I had a kindergarten teacher named Miss Wingo, and I couldn't say the word she. I couldn't get the S and the H correct. And she made me in class say she, and I couldn't say it. I kept saying C instead of she, and she made fun of me that day. Maybe that traumatized me to the point where I would just mess up all of these words. In Germany, it's pronounced. Hold on, let me change it to German. Let's see what it comes out to be. German.
Volkswagen.
Oh, but that's the German way to say it. That's not the American way to say it.
Volkswagen.
But that's not how you guys say it, right? Are you guys saying it the way she just said it on German? That's not the way you guys say it, right?
Volkswagen.
It sounds like she's saying Volkswagen. That's what it sounds like she's saying, bro. It's not like. Wait, you guys are saying yes? So why am I supposed to say it the German way then if I'm not in Germany? Like, doesn't it make sense to say it the normal American way if I'm here? Because then wouldn't everyone else in the audience be confused of this thing?
Volkswagen.
There's no way I can say it that way, bro. If that's how you guys wanted me to say it, there's no way. There is no freaking way I was going to say it that way. Holy crap, dude. There's no way I was going to say Volkswagen, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Volkswagen.
She's literally saying "fuck a wagon, bro." That's what she's saying. That's what it sounds like. I get it's a German brand, but still, there was no way in hell, given my skills in regards to pronunciation, that it was going to sound like that. Like, if that was your expectation, you should. I mean, you didn't deserve to be disappointed because you should have known you would be disappointed.
Volkswagen,
Come on, bro. There's no way. I was never going to say that. There's no way. You guys are wild. There's no way I would have said that. There's no way. Say it 10 times fast. Oh my gosh. All right. What else do we want to talk about? That took up a good 30 minutes, and I still don't know how to say it. But I'm happy the Germans are at least a little happier about it. Yo, every time I see that name now, if we're reading an article, I'm just gonna say VW. That's it. I'm gonna say VW. Thank God you bought a Tesla and not a VW. Yep, I'm just gonna say VW. That's it. That's it. Do we have anything going on after hours? Bitcoin, Robinhood's flat, Bitcoin 90. Wow, Bitcoin's 98.4. That's like almost a high of the day. Maybe 99 over the weekend again. Play plethora. Okay, look, it's plethora. It's not plethora. I don't care what anyone says. It's plethora. This is a good word. This is from like March when I made that. I don't want to say mistake. I pronounced it correctly and everyone corrected the correction, which doesn't make any sense, but it's plethora. It's not plethora. It's plethora. Like, who the hell says plethora? It's always been plethora. It's never been plethora, ever. Anyone who says plethora is wrong, bro. It's plethora. At least that's how I've said it. Forever. The Germans are gaslighting you. Ignore them. Oh my gosh. Why did Rocket Lab skyrocket today? I don't know. I really have no idea. That one's a different one. Rocket Lab. I think Rocket Lab's getting a hell of a community, dude. I think there's a lot more YouTubers talking about it. Rocket Lab is growing in its significance, and more people are getting in. What else do we have? Say speech impediment. I hope I said that right. Speech impediment. Do you think there will be a new government contract before earnings for Palantir after inauguration? So I'm going to be with Adam Gokarp on the channel tomorrow at 11 a.m. So we're going to be talking about Palantir's government business. I don't know if it'll happen before inauguration, but there is a lot of government deals coming for Palantir. That's what the DD from what he's done is signaling. And it might not come all at once, obviously, but it might not happen for January 20th, but there's deals that are coming for Palantir. There are plenty of deals coming. So government growth, I think, should be at least 30% in this year, if not higher. We basically were at 30. We were at 24% last quarter. So, and that accelerated from 6%. So I think that acceleration is not stopping at all. What else? I'm not trolling, bro. I wish I was trolling. I really do wish. I really wish I was trolling, bro. There are some of these words that I don't know what it is, dude. I don't know. I don't know how to define why I don't know how to say certain words correctly. It's not like I can't read. Like, I was reading from a pretty young age. I guess I don't know. It's just like the way my lips move, the way my tonsils are constructed. Like, I don't know. There's certain things that, like Massachusetts, I can't do it. I don't know why I can't say it normally. And like, if I really force myself to say it normally, I could, but like, then it wouldn't be natural. Naturally, it's just Massachusetts. That's it. That's how it comes out. Whereas for most people, that's not, they say it normally, naturally. For me, I don't know what happens with my lips. They just like, they act weird. I can say turquoise. I messed up on tortoise the other day, right? Turtis. Turtis. I should have known the tortoise in the hair, but I called it turquoise. That was a good one of 2024. That was a good one. Because I legit thought I had it right. And I was like, wait a second. That one's dead wrong. I'm wrong on that one. I'm absolutely wrong on that one. Do you speak a second language? Yes, I speak Hindi, but not often. Like, very rarely I speak Hindi because I don't speak with my parents, but I understand it pretty well. Can you say Tallahassee? Yes, I think so. Did you get your lips done? No, I don't. Dude, I saw this girl who's like a podcaster who like started her podcast with normal lips, and then by the end of her podcast, like by the end of the year, she like stuffed a lot of filler in those lips, and you can tell it's definitely noticeable. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just sometimes the whole point of doing it is to make it not as noticeable, and sometimes when you add that much to your face, it does make it notable. But no, I've never gotten my lips done, bro. How do you spell the second language? H-I-N-D-I. Hindi. H-I-N-D-I. Can she pronounce her words? Probably better than me. Probably better than me. All right, what are you guys doing over the weekend? Let me see if I got that email actually for the house tour, for the apartment tour. Dude, these are really nice apartments, bro. Like really nice apartments. It would be wild if I could actually get them. It'd be so nice. I just don't know. Sleep till market open. Yo, Lulu, you were awesome on the New Year's Eve stream, bro. You were awesome. Super cool. Hoboken still, it's like near that area, but it's not in Hoboken per se. I want to go on this tour pretty soon, though, dude. I want to see it. I was talking to my uncle today as well, and he agrees with me. He agrees buying a house right now makes no sense. Like everyone that I respect that I've talked to agrees buying a house is stupid right now. Like renting sucks. I don't like renting. My dad has always hated renting, right? Just that philosophy of like own versus rent. But in this economy with 7% rates, bro, and all the freaking liabilities of having to own a property, it's not worth it. It's just not. Especially if you can get a better return on that capital somewhere else, where for me in the markets is just way better than sitting in a house. Eventually, owning is important. It's just, I feel like in a couple of years, it makes more sense versus now. It just doesn't make sense to buy it right now. Especially when rates come down, dude. All these property values, I feel like, are super, like our house has basically doubled in a couple of years. That's not realistic, bro. Our house should not be worth double what we paid for it back in 2020. Like, that's ridiculous. That doesn't make any sense. Like, that capital appreciation for homes don't happen that quickly. So I don't think a correction is going to happen. I just think like we're going to get a little bit more supply. Demand's going to increase. That'll reduce the ridiculous prices on some of these homes. And hopefully by 2028, that makes it a lot better. Lena said 6.75 is my rate. See, that's, you could always refinance, obviously, but rates got to come down to be able to refinance as well. Yeah, especially with New Jersey taxes, bro. It's like, it's really not worth it. Do you play chess, Amit? Yes. I'm not the best at chess. I mean, I'm better than like your average person who plays chess, but I'm definitely not as good as someone who like actually plays chess. But I like chess a lot. I wish I had a friend I could play chess with. Like when my cousin came from India, we played chess every day, bro, for like multiple hours. I love the game. I don't play it that often. I had 2.5 in 2021. Yeah, my parents had like 3.2, 3.5. Like some of these deals were amazing. Phil says 2.75 here, so cheap. If a rate that I can't afford to pay it off, would rather invest it. There you go. 8% though is a bit ridiculous. 7% is a bit ridiculous. This is what happens when you print all this money. That is correct. Beneficial says happy birthday, Bitcoin. Yeah, we found out today. Bitcoin 16 years ago was created today, which is wild. But it was indeed. Yo, who in the chat actually bought Bitcoin very early? Did someone in the chat buy it like sub 5,000? Does anyone have Bitcoins from that long ago? Because I did not buy it at that range. Who is the creator of Bitcoin? Well, we kind of don't know. We have a rumor on who it is, but we don't actually know. You bought it at 300, bro? On Beneficial? Really? Do you still have it? That's wild, bro. Bitcoin at 300. Holy crap. That is insane. Dharma says house diversification is good. I feel putting small down and using tax benefits. Yeah, if you understand how to use depreciation and the tax loopholes to be able to write off and then diversify against your assets, I do think real estate is never a bad idea. It's just someone who's trying to build wealth and has to take off a decent amount of their capital to put a down payment on. it's just not worth it, I feel like, at this stage for me. But, you know, if you're a bit more diversified, have a bit more capital, then real estate is never a horrible idea. It's just in New Jersey, bro, it's like, it's kind of insane. Like, even rent here is not the best. I mean, it's better than New York, obviously, but it's not the best. Like, if I move to Texas, bro, if I move to Texas, $3,000 a month, $2,500 a month, oh my God, I'd be a king. I'd literally live like a king. Especially if I picked, like, even in Austin would get, like, even if I didn't do Austin, even if I did, like, somewhere that's not as mainstream in terms of, like, the city area, like, even Houston, I feel like 2,500, 3,000 would be like 2-3 bedroom apartment, look very nice. But then we would be in Central Time, which is not good for markets. It would throw me off every day. And then number two, it's Texas. Like, Texas is cool, don't get me wrong, but it's not near New York City. It's not World Trade Center. Ray says you could get a mansion down here. Yeah, you could get a mansion. I don't know, dude. Living in Texas is a different type of, like, I don't think I could live in Texas, bro. The weather is nice as well, and it is annoying when it gets super cold in Jersey, but there's something I love about the East Coast. There's a grit and grind. Now that I said grind, you guys will run with that. But there's a certain level of energy you need to be in the East Coast. And it's a bit smaller, right, in terms of the East Coast. Like, there's a lot of people packed in one place versus Texas. It feels so big, so much land. It feels like that's where you go when you retire. Even though I know a lot of you definitely live there in that city area. Dylan says, being you are younger than me, Amit, did you believe Bitcoin was real when you first heard it? No, I had a story today about my friend who told me about it back in 2016, and I had no idea what it was. I knew about the concept, but I didn't, like, really believe in it or understand it. It took a while, bro. Really, in 2024 is when I got more orange pilled about, like, okay, so this is a thing that's not, like, you know, that's not just a scam or anything like that. It's volatile. 60% annual return for the past 16 years, which is crazy. Michelle, what's up? I just got here, and hello, you could hang out with me and Ray, LOL, and Maddie. Yeah, that'd be fun for, like, a weekend. But to live there is different, bro. To live there is different. Amit, do you sell covered calls above your adjusted cost basis or the cost basis Robinhood shows in your position? It doesn't matter, but if you know your adjusted cost basis, then you could do it above your adjusted, right? As long as you're selling the cover call at a price where you know that you are making a profit, even if Robinhood doesn't show you're making a profit internally, which is why the wheel tracker is so important to, like, track all that stuff, then I think, you know, it's a good covered call to sell. So, and it helps reduce your cost basis as well. And then it just gives you a better chance to sell covered calls more out of the money for better premiums. Don't come to Berlin. Winter is depressing. I don't think I could ever live in Europe. I don't think I could do that. The EU, Europe, the UK, that I don't know if I could ever live there, bro. A, because the time difference, I'm just not going to be used to it. But B, I don't know, bro. I feel like once you're American, you're American. You know, I got my guns, my liberty, my freedom. I don't know what's going on in Europe. Some of you guys posting a meme, you go to jail. Like, I don't know, bro. It's a different world. It's a different world there. We got all the Americans being like, hell yeah, America. Dude, I really do love America. I love America. Europe's a great place to visit, but living there is... Also, the taxes in Europe are worse than America, right? Like, Arnie was telling me his capital gains tax. It's like, it's disgusting, bro. So it's not like it's that much better financially. You sound like a Texan already. Oh my gosh. You do get better healthcare. That, you got to give you that. You pay the higher taxes, but you do get better healthcare, or at least more guaranteed healthcare. That is for sure. They're sending their money to America because it's safer and it grows more. Yeah, I mean, you guys are the most sympathetic to that, even though you guys, a lot of you guys are from Europe, and you guys obviously have probably national pride where you come from. A lot of you guys probably understand that the economy is. I mean, Germany is, like, almost in a recession, right? Like, there's zero GDP growth prompted for or predicted for the next 5 years. You can't not grow GDP for the next 5 years. Like, that's just not good. So a lot of that capital ends up coming into into the U.S. companies, even if it's from European investors. Sorry, guys, my girlfriend's texting me. I gotta respond to her real quick. Sorry. Gotta respond to the girlfriend, you know? She's like, why are you still streaming? I'm like, I'm working, babe. Still working. Oh, wow. My other girlfriend texted me. Damn. Why are they both blowing my line right now, bro? It's ridiculous. Dude, I have 10 girlfriends, and I organize them in my phone the way I organize tickers in my watch list. From most to least important. You know what I'm talking about? That's just how my life ended up turning out to become. It's just how it is. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. You guys see my nails right here? Oh, there's another opportunity for you to see my nails. There you go. Yo, who holds their phone naked? I haven't had a case in God knows how long, bro. I don't have a case. I just take the risk. I take the freaking risk. Did your parents ever respond to the deal is done text? Yeah, my what did they say? My mom was just like, oh my God, I'm happy for you. My dad, you know what my dad, yeah, so they were just basically, they gave me a hug when they came home yesterday. But my dad, he said he was watching me on YouTube during when I was like actually selling the contracts. He was like, yeah, I was watching you. I was like, you were watching me? He was like, yeah, I just had you pulled up and I heard when you were saying that you were texting us that the deal was done. I was like, oh, that's cool. So my dad actually like cared because like he usually doesn't watch. So the fact that he tuned in, like he wanted to like make sure the deal was done. My sister had no freaking clue, bro. My mom got mad at her. She was like, how did you not know this was such a big day for him? And my sister was like, okay, cool. Like she did not give a fuck, bro. My sister was like, okay, that's nice. She was like, as long as he keeps making me money. Because her portfolio, bro, what was her returns to end out the year? Dude, her Roth IRA alone, bro, she is up. This is all me, okay? This is not her. This is me. She's up 137% in her Roth. And then her actual portfolio, 103% over the past year. You know what I'm saying? Like, so she's like, as long as he just keeps doing it for me, that's all that matters. But it is funny, dude. She had no idea. She was like, even my uncle, when you were on the phone today, he was like, how did your sister not know? I was like, dude, she's in her own world. She just doesn't care. Rob, you keep sending a lot of Rob, you do not have to send these many super chats. I appreciate you, brother, but you send like $20 a day. I appreciate you don't have to send these many chats, but I love you, Rob. Thank you for the super chat. Amit, what was your background before becoming a YouTube creator? I still have a public speaking consulting firm, which helped kids in debate be more competitive in competitive international debate and national debate, domestic debate, really. So national US competitions. And that's how I made my money and kind of saved up before I really started investing in 2021. So my background comes from communication, which is making it more ironic that I can't say words. As Daniel says, no wonder this guy doesn't shut up. It's so weird, right? Like, it's just like, I don't know. The art of speaking to me has been like this Q&A has probably gone on for like 50 minutes of this, but like, there's just something about the ability to keep talking and to find ideas and to aggregate and amalgamate words and then use fancy vocabulary to then deploy those words in a way that's meaningful enough to create a symbiotic explanation of understanding the plethora of emotions that can come from the adjectives that you put together. And it's like I just ran with it. In high school, you're like looking for your talent. Once you find it, and that's the one thing I am proud about in high school. Some people they find a little bit of a talent, but then they don't like really pursue it. I didn't even know debate or speaking was like a talent, but I was good enough to like keep going. And then I just really kept going. And it just like, now we're here. So you should have been a rapper, Amit. Yes, I could have used my skill sets for rapping, but I changed for financial analysis. I'm on the seat of my edge, dude. See, this is what I'm saying. No, but the thing is, look, the thing is, like, when I did debate in high school, there was a debater and there was a judge, and my job was to make the judge vote for me. My senior year, okay, let me show you guys this to you to give you a little bit of context. I didn't lose a lot of rounds, like at least preliminary rounds. There were rounds I lost in the elimination rounds because those are much tougher rounds, but you have to win a certain amount of rounds to get to the elimination rounds, right? So if there's 7 preliminary rounds, you have to win at least 5 of them. You have to have a 5-2 record to then make it to the elimination rounds, octos, quarters, semis, finals, etc. Kind of like an NCAA bracket. And my senior year, I think I lost maybe 5 preliminary rounds. And the reason for that was because, again, you guys are going to not like me saying this, but judges really fucked with me. They really liked me. Like, I was a funny guy. I made them laugh. I entertained them. I used to clown my opponents, and they loved like a good ass whooping. And if you could really like beat them in a respectful way, you know, they would vote for you. So this is the New York City Invitational in Bronx. This is 2015. Look at that, baby. 7-0. 7 W's, 0 L's. Okay? Like this is and the highest amount of speaker points you can get is a 30. I got 2 30s in this one. 29.8, 29.2, 29.5, 29, 29.4. I think I was second speaker. There was one guy who beat me, so he was top speaker. But I don't know. I just loved it, dude. And I thought of it as a game. Every single time I went into a round, I was like, how do I beat up the other person respectfully, right? And how do I get the judge to like not just vote for me because I win on the arguments? How do I get them to be entertained? And I think that's what helps with YouTube. Like, there's a level of wanting to entertain. And that requires just like being on top of your game, knowing your information, trying to be a little funny, connecting it with the humor, inflecting your voice on certain moments when you need to be excited, being able to like go on rants on certain subjects that matter when you're talking about different issues. Like, your mind is constantly moving in 1,000 directions, but the point is you're trying to keep people's attention and give them something valuable to listen to. And I just loved it. I just loved it in high school so much. I mean, why didn't you become a lawyer? First of all, Rob, thank you for asking that question without sending $5. I don't want to keep taking your money for these questions, but I appreciate you. Why didn't you become a lawyer? I guess 2 reasons. Number one, I never thought being a lawyer would be super fulfilling in life. If you listen to Peter Thiel talking about his experience with going to law school, it was like, I went to law school, became a lawyer, got into the biggest New York City law firm, and then I wanted to get the hell out because you realize it's not what it's lived up to be. I think a lot of the traditional career paths, once you are done with the process of getting to that point, you start realizing there's nothing that exciting about being there other than the prestige of being the lawyer or the doctor or the engineer. Now, some people genuinely love it, right? But a lot of people don't. They're doing it either for the money or the prestige or to make their parents happy. So being a lawyer was never like interesting to me. And then number 2, dude, I don't think I would. Okay. I didn't study ever in life. I didn't study in high school. I didn't study in college. I don't study. I never studied. I don't like studying. I hate studying. I hate memorizing. Law school to me was just a shit ton of studying. That's what law school felt like to me. I never studied. I really, like, dude, I did not study in high school or college. Were there certain tests and stuff where I maybe like crammed the night before a little bit? Yes. But for the far majority of my life, I didn't study. I hate studying. I don't like sitting and studying. I like learning. So when I'm learning about options and I'm spending 2 hours actually taking notes for myself to learn it, it makes sense. But if I have to study some case law from 1945 that the Supreme Court decided on to then be able to understand, to defend my case, I hate that process. I don't like it. I've never liked it. And by college, I'd given up on it. By college, I'd realized, dude, like, I'm not going to study for this. Like, I'm just like, I would literally walk into finals having not studied a single thing and not been to class for a semester. And you know, it kind of broke my mom's heart because she was super big on education and she like realized I just wasn't going to be that type of guy. Like I didn't care about it. I really didn't care about it. I couldn't get the energy to sit down and focus. And I don't even think it's an ADHD thing. I just like, there are some people that are natural test takers that can, you know, study for 2 days straight and they can take notes and stuff. I would go to the library. I had a group of friends I would go with. Okay. So the group of friends I would go with, again, you guys are not going to believe this, but it is what it is. I'm just telling you my truth. I had 4 girl friends, aka friends that are girls, that I was really close with in college, my senior year, and we would do everything together. Like we would study together, we would go out together. Like they became really good friends with me. Their names were Sherry, Sarah, Temi, and Mona. And Mona was the one who texted me the other day. I was telling you guys, like we hadn't talked in a while, but we would go to Alex's library together, right? And we would all go to study. Okay. And then I would just end up, quite frankly, I would just end up flirting with all of them. Like, it was like the running joke that I was like, just like I'd be like, and they were all engineers. they were all engineers. They were all mechanical engineers and chemical engineers. So they all had like really serious degrees and like important shit they had to study. And then I'm over here typing up like, why is entrepreneurship important for some stupid business class that is like not relevant at all and doesn't matter compared to like an engineering degree. And so I would just like not do anything in the library, and they would get so mad. They're like, we're trying to study. I'm like, yeah, but like, you know, what if we could just like talk right now? They're like, dude, we have to study. And I'd be like, sure, I know you have to study, but we're in college and we're young and we're at the library. And they'd be like, Amit, shut up. And I'd be like, all right, but I'm just saying, like, you know, it is what it is. So I hated so I guess going back to the lawyer question, I hated studying so much. I never enjoyed it. And even in college, I'd given up on it. I tried a lot of businesses in colleges, tried taking a lot of risks. I had my consulting firm. That's what I spent my college doing, not studying, you know? Somebody has to start the business to do the engineering. That is correct. That is correct. Amit was that guy for them. Dude, we were really good friends. Let me see if I can show you like a picture or something. We would have so much fun though, bro. Like those college days were really fun. We would just like, they would end up like studying after like 3 hours of me annoying them. And they would always make fun of me. They're like, why don't you go like send your emails or whatever you have to do? I'm like, first of all, sending emails takes hard work. All right. You have to craft the email. Now ChatGPT, dude, if I had ChatGPT when I was in high school or college, I would have spent even less time fucking studying. I would have literally been doing anything other than studying. But then again, some people are good at studying. I suck at studying. I'm not the best at it. What I love to do is talk and communicate. And you know, sometimes you know, that's the other cool thing when you have like some level of talent and dedication to a craft. If you can find a niche that allows you to, oh, this is a good picture. You guys will like this picture. When you find a niche that allows you to excel in that path that is creative and monetizable, that's like the best of both worlds. It's really hard to do. That's why I'm very grateful for this, but it's really fucking hard to find it. But if you do, it's really cool. Okay, so this isn't a video, but this was one of the holiday parties we had. It was fun, bro. It was fun. It was cool stuff. I was the Joker for Halloween. If you guys can't see that. But it was cool, you know? It was like I didn't think of college as a time to study. I thought of it as a time to like just have fun and fuck around and try and experiment shit, you know? So, oh, now you see Amit hanging with some girls and you're like, oh, Amit actually, oh, so now you see Amit actually, now you see a different side of Amit, huh? Now you see a little different side of a Mitty. I see a little different side of a Mitty here, huh? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more photos like that, all right? There's a lot more fucking photos. I'm just not going to show all that, but you guys don't know the real Amit, bro. This whole grinder narrative you guys want to go with, you can have that narrative, bro. You can have it. This is why I'm secure in myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why I don't ever feel any type of way, because it's just a different type of, there's different sides to people. And the YouTube nerd finance Amit is a totally different side. There's a totally different side of me that you guys just don't know, bro. That's AI Amit. No, that's the comment. Pin this comment. This is the one. That's AI Amit. Oh my God. What did you pay for the photo? Yo, you guys are wild, bro. Many women have gay friends. All right, so see, these comments are so good. Like, you guys find a way to spin it so quickly. But AI Amit takes the cake, bro. AI Amit takes the cake. Amit said, I got the sauce. Yeah, dude. You know, college was fun, bro. College was really fun. I mean, look, when you're hanging out with girls that look like that too, you're just like, but see, this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't think I'm Brad Pitt. Okay. I'm not like, or Michael B. Jordan. I'm like not the most attractive guy on the planet physically. I'm 5'8", etc. 5'9" on a good day. 5'10" with the boots. But I might not be Brad Pitt, but my mentality in life is Brad Pitt isn't motherfucking Amit. And what that means is that I might not be that guy, but he's not me. And I'm him. You know what I'm talking about? I'm Himothy. Okay. And I think that's the mentality that everyone needs to have. I'm him. when you're engaging in building a life. And that includes talking to girls. So like, I never felt insecure or like I'm gonna be dead honest right here. I never in my life have I felt insecure about my looks when talking to a girl. Because I swear to God, you can believe me or not, but I swear on my life, I've always felt I can start the conversation and control it and keep it going from there. And goodness gracious, has it worked in my life? Because again, I'm not Brad Pitt, I'm not Michael B. Jordan, I'm not like, but like, and most guys aren't. But a lot of guys also don't have a personality that's actually attractive enough to like talk to a girl or much less hang out with a girl in a way that can be a little flirty and fun and stuff like that, right? There's a different side to admit, and I learned that pretty early. Like I learned that in middle school when I was just like experimenting with like what does it mean to get a girl's attention and stuff like that, So yeah, basically sometimes you gotta be good with your words. But like, look, at the end of the day, dude, looks get boring. Like you can marry a supermodel, but if you can't have a conversation with her, what's the point, right? And it's like, and vice versa. So you've got to have a level of personality. And the one thing I learned about women in my life is that if you can make them laugh, like genuinely laugh, like I was on a date with a girl once, right? And we were going to get sushi, and the waiter comes over and she was like, "Would you like to start with miso soup?" And I was like, "Yes, that would make me so happy." The stupidest joke, dumbest joke, right? Like we're just getting into the date, and I look over, and this girl's cracking up, right? She's just dying of like, she's like, "You did not just say that." I was like, "Not just say that in front of the waiter." I was like, "No, why not?" Like it's just like it makes me so happy, right? And it's like having the balls to make jokes like that and just like put yourself out there. I also think is something that girls are attracted to. Just like you can't be. Now, sometimes you'll get into sticky situations where maybe you make a joke and it's not that funny, but that's the risk of speaking. Like when you take a risk every time you try to get a reaction out of people. Same thing with a live stream. Sometimes I might say something that's not that funny. That's like 0.01% of the time, but nonetheless, the risk exists. But you have to have the like willingness to go do it, And if you do it, then it can work sometimes. Dumb jokes equals you're going to make a great dad. Head and Shoulders goes with miso. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. But look, sometimes those jokes, they pan out. And more importantly than the jokes, it's more so can you talk to someone? So sometimes you guys say, oh, well, you just talk all the time. You don't listen. I think it's the opposite. In my experience with women, I listen very well, which is why I'm able to keep a conversation going. And you'd be surprised how many women have not talked to a guy that can actually speak and like listen to them and ask them follow-up questions and like dig deeper into what they're saying, right? Like when you can do that, you can just have better conversations with people. And it needs to be on that YouTube channel where you pick one of those 20 girls. Dude, those videos are crazy. We got to react to some of those videos sometimes. Like those videos are absolutely wild. It's become a big niche on YouTube. But yeah, definitely would be cool to be on that video one day. Anyway, the way we got here is because I think Rob's question. See, Rob, you didn't even ask a super chat, and look where your question got us to. We like the question was, why didn't you become a lawyer? It's because I was having too much fun in college to actually settle down and like really pay attention to pursue law school or med school or even, dude, I took one coding class. Like a week later, I was like, yeah, I'm out, bro. I'm not doing this shit. This is like it was again, my brain, maybe this is a bullshit excuse, but my brain analytically, I think there's an analytical portion to my brain. There's a much more creative portion to my brain, but the analytical side of my brain was not in the mode where it could easily sit down and code for hours and like understand it and learn it. But if you ask me to look at a balance sheet and you ask me to look at the prospects of a company's 10-year projections and then like make some financial analysis and come up with a thesis and a story and a one-pager, like that's where I get really excited to go deep, dig, find a narrative, connect ideas. And what is investing? That's literally that. You're putting ideas together and you're making those ideas culminate into an investment thesis. And it's like, I didn't become a lawyer or a doctor, but I was able to figure out that Robinhood was going to go higher from $7. And then I learned financial derivatives to be able to leverage my knowledge of where I thought Robinhood was going to go. And it's like life-changing money. And I'm not a doctor or a lawyer, right? Which I think is really cool for my parents because I think they always wanted the doctor lawyer route, not as obsessively as other Indian parents, but they definitely wanted that route. And so I think it's cool for them to see some level of success without it, you know? No offense, but you don't have the engineer mind to it. No, you're right. There's no offense. I don't have an engineering mind. I absolutely don't. I have a mind that can put ideas together, create, and I mean, I don't know if you want to call it a content mind, but it's not hard for me to make content. I think of ideas and I put them out there. And there's an art to packaging them and like phrasing and all this stuff, but engineering is a different type of mind. And I don't have that type of talent. But if the end point of all these jobs is to make money, that's the cool thing about having a creative mind in the world of finance. The goal is like you're making money with your creativity, which is the most exciting part of going down this route. I am not left-handed. I am right-handed. I am right-handed. Can we have dating advice by me? Okay, first of all, I don't think I'm like really qualified to give dating advice. I'm just speaking from my experience because a lot of you guys don't know the other side of it. You know, the nerdy guy who invests in Grindr, which by the way is up 30%. Sounds like it's done well. But there, there's another side. But there's another side to everybody. I don't know all of you guys as well in your personal life, but everyone has different sides and different things have worked for me in life. But I don't think I'm qualified to like give dating advice or anything. I'm not like one of those guys on YouTube who can like tell you how to, like, I'm not that guy. I never would want to be that guy either. I can say what has worked for me in life and like some things that I generally think are useful, but it comes down more to confidence versus like effect. I'm not like the Andrew Tate dating type of how to talk to women stuff, which I think a lot of that shit is just a bit ridiculous. Some of it is valid. There's some like legit points, but there's a lot of it. 99% of it is a lot of bullshit. And I think it's such a weird niche. And quite frankly, it's like if you're a guy and you have to look up a video on how to talk to a girl, I feel like that's I've never done that. I've never watched a dating video on YouTube on like how to talk to a girl. Like it's always been experience. Always like you're gonna get into an experience where you kind of suck at it and you deal with it, and you get into an experience where it worked out really well, and then you learn from that. It's like you don't watch a video on how to talk to a girl or how to date. At least I wouldn't do that. So I would not want to make content around that either. Are your parents disappointed that you're not a doctor? No, they don't care. They don't. I have some Indian friends that their parents are deeply disappointed that they didn't go down that route. Again, the reason Indian parents get upset is because they went all the way from India to give us a better life, their offspring. And so doctor, engineer, lawyer is the safest way to guarantee a better life. So the whole creative shit is like, dude, we just fucking left India. Like you can't be creative. Thankfully, I had parents who went the opposite direction. Even although they understand how important it is to like have a secure life, they were willing to let me experiment and be creative. And then when you can monetize it, it's one of those things where parents can be a good support, and you can show there is a long-term prospect of it as well. You met Alex Karp. Your parents going to be more proud of you. Yeah, that's the other thing as well, dude. It's like, 2024 was wild. There are certain moments that have happened that, it kind of makes up for, what's that Drake line? He was like, no diplomas on the wall, but seeing my family have it all takes, seeing my family have it all takes the desire for having diplomas on the wall because he never went to college. So it's kind of like, sometimes when you can achieve certain things in life, it makes up for the conventional things that people care about. They were really happy with the whole Vlad and Karp thing, dude. It was like, I think my mom told everyone, she probably told all 1.3 billion people in India that it happened. There's probably people that don't know me, but found that picture somehow because of my mom. So now we just got to keep going into 2025. Oh, she was so happy with the Elon one too, bro. She was so happy with the Elon repost. She was so happy with that as well. Last year was wild. This year is a vibe. This year is a vibe. This year is a vibe, and the markets are definitely acting like this year is going to continue to be a vibe, given how green we were today. Where's Bitcoin? Are we back above 98.5? No, still 98.4. Still 98.4. Dude, today's a Friday night. What are people doing tonight? Or it's like a Saturday morning for some people. But like, are people going out tonight? Are people doing something? Or is everyone just staying home? Oh, there's no Palantir Weekly tonight. There's no Palantir Weekly because honestly, not everyone can make it, but there's also not a lot of news. So we'll be back next week with Palantir Weekly. The retweet was something about OpenAI that I posted, and he like quote tweeted it and said he agreed with it. And I got like 60 million views. It was wild, bro. Elon pump is a different pump. Elon pump is a different pump, bro. That's why when he shared Al's Carp's video, I knew what was going to happen. As soon as he shared it, I saw it when it had 5,000 views. I was like, oh, this is going to get 50 million views. I was like, this video is going to go crazy, bro, especially because it's Carp. The Elon pump hits different. Did you watch High School Musical because it is a New Year's movie? That's a good question. No, I didn't rewatch it. I think I saw like a couple clips of it, and then but I didn't end up watching the whole movie. It is a New Year's movie, though. It is a New Year's movie. This Friday, we're all taking a shot when we hear a mispronounced word. Okay, answer this question in the chat. Wait, what do you mean that's what she said? What did I say? What was it? That's what she said moment. What did I say? Gene said pause. What did I say? What did I say that caused the pause? This is the problem, bro, when you're talking this whole time. What I was going to say is, how many people, put in the chat if you, put in the chat if you actually drink every week. Put in the chat if you're a drinker. Put in the chat, or if like you go home and you have a glass of whiskey or something. Because I can't imagine drinking today, bro. After, oh, Elon pump is a different pump. Okay, wow, well, whatever. I can't imagine drinking after I drank 3 days ago on New Year's Eve. Like I literally, I want to vomit even thinking of drinking again. Even if the feeling was super, like fun, which it was, I don't think I could drink again, bro. It's just too much. Like 2 to 3 times a month by Zocold. I don't drink every week, but I can drink by Tess. Phil says yes. Beneficial says every blue moon. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Jack says yes. Well, Europeans can drink, right? Don't you guys drink in Europe a lot? Isn't that like part of the culture? Definitely in Ireland, but like, isn't Europe like a big drinking continent? I enjoy a glass of wine in the evening. Okay, so is it white wine or red wine? It's probably red wine. I'm probably stupid for asking, but like, what type of wine are we talking? Because I can drink some rosé, or what's the white wine that I like a lot, dude? It's this white wine I used to drink a ton in college. I forgot what it's called. What's that brand, bro? Pinkfoot. This thing, bro. Oh, Barefoot. Sorry, I said Pinkfoot. Damn it. Dude, you guys are gonna hate me, but I drank this shit so much in college, bro. I could drink 2 bottles of this in a night in college. I drank this heavy. Moscato, that's what it's called. Moscato. That's the word I was looking for. Moscato. That's the word. That's the one. Red in winter and white in summer, typically. Red is better for you, though. Yeah, red is definitely better for you. Moscato is just sugar. There's a lot of sugar in this. But I drank it. And this would get you drunk. This would get you lit, bro. It is definitely a headache. It would absolutely give me a headache the next day. That's the gay wine, right? But that's what I drank the most in college. It's a dessert wine, yes, exactly. Dude, when I was with Iliano at the event in DC, we went to dinner at some like fancy restaurant. I told you guys, the lady came up, she was like, "What drink do you want?" I was like, "Do you have white wine?" And Iliano was like, "We're not with him. Like, please just ignore him right now." I was like, "Dude, it's white wine. What's the issue?" Like, he's like, "You're not getting white wine with steak, bro." I was like, "Fine." Would have tasted nice though. Phil says, "I have a cellar full of high-end cabs. Finding the time to pull one out to enjoy is the hard part." Yeah, see, I feel like I have to develop my taste when it comes to wine and drinking. Jaeger. I can drink some Jaeger, but I know that's not the best. That's not the best way to engage in actually seriously drinking. Ray said I'm waiting, or Michelle said I'm waiting for Ray to come home. Wait, so what are you guys gonna do tonight? Are you guys gonna get married tonight? Because you're already engaged, right? Might as well just get it done. Dude, I really want to come to the wedding, dude. If you have it, like in May, April, or even next year, I want to come to the wedding. I think it'd be so cool to watch 2 people that I met in my chat get married. Like, that has to be cool. Did you open the Robin Hood bottle yet? No, I'm not going to open it, bro. I feel like like Doug convinced me if Robinhood goes to 500 billion, this is going to be a collector's item. So I feel like I just keep it there. I feel like we just let it sit there and see if it becomes more valuable as an alternative asset. Also, I wouldn't even be able to drink it, bro. It would be so bad to drink it. You were pounding the Mike's Hard lemonade, not trying to make a joke. Yeah, but Mike's Hard to me tastes like soda. Right? Like it literally just tastes like a little spiked soda. That's all it tastes like. So Mike's Hard is easy. Mike's Hard lemonade is easy to drink. Smirnoff Ice is easy to drink. But like actual drinking, like bourbon and whiskey and red wine and shit, or Tito's, tequila, I can't do that, bro. I can do it. I can drink it, but I'm just like, I'm not gonna be able to handle it as well. That's the problem. Yeah, if we mix it with Jaeger. If we mix it with Jaeger, it'll work. Do you like beer? No. I've had beer before, but I'm not like a beer drinker. I like the green apple Smirnoff, but it just makes me full, not drunk. Gotta go Jack and Coke. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, I like drinking when like you go out with friends and it's social and it's fun, but just like being at home drinking is not like something I've ever really done. Did a little bit in college here and there, but like college was a lot of drinking with friends. There was definitely a lot of drinking in college, but it was with friends. It was always at an event, so it was fun. But like having a bourbon old fashioned at home after a long day of work, I've just never like done that. The chat's gonna get you lit at a meetup. Well, look, I don't know how many people are gonna show up to New York. Maybe it's a lot, maybe it's not, but there's like 10 people. We can all go to a bar or something. We'll find a way to do something. I live in Wisconsin. We are professional drink. Yeah, Wisconsin drinks, bro. Wisconsin freaking drinks. Did you ever play beer pong? Yes, dude. I don't think I was the best at beer pong, but there was this one night where I was not supposed to win and we won, and it was like the most epic thing. Like the entire apartment complex heard that I had won beer pong. But I'm not like, again, an avid beer drinker. You'd be more motivated to drink if you had crazy friends to drink with. Yeah, that's fair. Look, part of moving out also is to obviously enhance my social life, because it's been, it's weird. I've had a social life the past couple of years, but the social life has been at like a Robinhood event or a Palantir event, or traveling for work. And there's like with Coach, dude, I smoked my first cigar, and we drank wine with Code Strap after AIPCon. We went, we got dinner, we had a lot of fun, we smoked. It was great, right? It was a great night. So like I count that as social life, but it's not like every weekend hanging out with friends type of social life, or having friends come over to your house and like having a party type of social life. And so moving out also is part of getting to that stage of my life. Because I think I'm ready for that stage. And again, I had that stage in college, so I didn't feel like I missed anything over the past couple of years. The past couple of years has just been kind of working to like get to a point where financially you feel more comfortable to like have that type of fun. And so yeah, moving out hopefully will also create those opportunities. Although I wonder, I mean, I don't know. How do you find a friend circle? Like, I feel like it kind of naturally just happens sometimes. But I guess the more you go out, the more you have a chance to make that happen. The New York meetup is on we have 59 responses. Okay, so a lot of people signed up for this thing. I'll put the link right here. It's January 18th. I'll send the details later, but January 18th is when it's gonna be. Palo Alto will smoke weed at the park. All right, we're not gonna do that in Palo Alto. You can do that if you'd like to. I forgot weed in California is like, it's like nothing in California. In Palo Alto, I mean, I don't know. I guess the parts I've been to in Palo Alto, I've never smelt a ton of weed. But granted, I'm kind of in that downtown Palo Alto area. California is the place where most people smoke. What do you do when you're not working and sleeping then? Dude, honestly, I'm researching. I have a couple other projects that I'm working on the side. We're trying to get a lot more guests for this podcast. Well, I guess all that counts as work to an extent, but I don't know. When I'm not working, I think I like, I don't know, I'll go for a drive. I'll maybe get a coffee or something. I'll clean up a little bit downstairs. It's kind of boring, bro. It's not like, but a lot of it is working, right? So like a lot of it, and even if working is being on Twitter and just like responding to tons of comments, that is still theoretically work because you're just sitting there typing. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm on Twitter all day, so I guess that's quote unquote working, but it's also like not working, but it's working. But outside of that, I don't know. Oh, I named my Tesla the Miracle Whip officially on the screen. So now it's called a Miracle Whip. So look at that. It's called a Miracle Whip. It's so cool. It's so dope. By the way, I have to get this charged. I already have the wall charger. We just need to call an electrician to install it. I got the wall charger for free too because someone signed up, so I was able to get it for free. But I need to go charge this thing later as well. June, we don't have dates for Palo Alto yet. It's probably going to be the second week though, February 10th to February 15th. I will let you know when we have official dates, but until then, we have no like real dates. But that week is the week it's going to happen. So February 10th to February 15th. That's the 5 days tentative you could try to keep open. He's charging his car like he charges his phone. Amit just ignored you, Tess. What did Tess say? Tess has a lot of comments, so it's hard to keep each one. What did Tess say? I need more warning for the date of Texas as I'm coming from this side of the pond. Yeah, there will definitely be an advance warning. This is a pretty good warning for New York. I said it like a week ago. So everyone who's coming to New York, you have at least 3 weeks to see if you can make it. For California, I'm telling you guys a month in advance, right? It's going to be February 10th to the 15th. 1 or 2 of those days, maybe multiple days for multiple people, we'll see. But it's going to be that week. And then Texas, more likely than not, is May, April. But I will definitely let you guys know when it happens. You're going to come all the way from UK, though, to Texas. That's going to be fun. You're going to get to see Matt, and you can meet a bunch of people if you come from the UK. Also, you'll get to explore Texas if you've never been there, Tess. So that'll... Oh, you and Doug have plans? Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Oh, that's perfect. So we'll all get to meet up then. Doug's out there. Been meaning to see Doug for a while, so that's perfect. Are you doing multiple spots in California? I don't know. I mean, we're definitely not doing LA in February, so it's gonna be maybe multiple spots in Palo Alto and Berkeley, but it'll definitely be in that area. Maybe like, it depends, dude, because if we do multiple days, yeah, we'll do multiple spots. But if we're just doing one day, then it might just be one spot. So I still have to figure it out. But because I'm gonna be there like 5 days early, I think we should have a decent amount of days to have different spots. Yeah, that's true. I forgot. Tesla's up 2,000% year to date. She can travel as much as she wants at this point. Phil says, I'll be there for Texas. All right, that's perfect. I think the best place in Texas is like Houston, right? That's where everyone is, Houston. And even if you have to travel from Austin to Houston or Dallas to Austin, it's not horrible. Or is Dallas the best? I'll probably ask a poll as we get closer to the date, which one's the best. But it has to be one of those, Houston, Dallas, or Austin, to make it happen. Jack says, if you come to California, I'll fly up to North Cal. Yeah, it'll definitely be North Cal. So if you're free and you want to fly up that week, when I'll give you the exact dates, then we will be good. Come to Toronto in the summer, Mitt, please. I want to see the high school Joker in person. It's so funny how you guys reacted to that picture, bro. There's so many of these pictures, yo. There's like a lot of these pictures. College was fun. That's all I'll say. College was super fun. It was fun, bro. College was a great time. But granted, college, I was living independent, right? So that's just a different world when you're living independently. So I'm excited to get back to living independently. Because look, I like living at home. It's cool, but like there's not as much freedom, even though my parents don't restrict me for anything. But like I can't, you just can't do a lot of stuff that you could do when you're just like alone at home. So that's another reason I do want to move out. I feel like I feel like I could have moved out a couple years ago as well, but it's just like I feel like I was trying to establish what I actually wanted to do in life, and there was a lot of unclarity. Like money wise, I think if I wanted to, I think I could have afforded at least 1,500 rent a couple years ago. It's like I don't think money was the issue of moving out. It's more so just like there wasn't a real reason to move out outside of having a social life. But I'm like, I don't want a social life. I want to fucking get rich, right? And that requires just like really settling down and working and not being distracted by a social life. Like I'd rather be rich and not have a social life for 4 or 5 years than like living paycheck to paycheck, but like going out every weekend. Like it's just a different mentality, right? So I think the past 4 or 5 years took that time to establish foundation. And now that foundation is there, and I think now's the time to move out and have a bit more fun. Like being with a girl. Yes, it's very hard, obviously, to Michelle Evans trying to bring her a girl. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do. It is not the easiest thing to do. Now, granted, look, I haven't been able to bring a girl back to my parents' spot, but I'm just gonna say I've been traveling, okay, the past year. And sometimes you hit up a new city. I'm just saying, I know you guys think what you want to think, but when you fly to California and all these different places, like there's there's some numbers you can hit up, okay? There's some folks you can hit up. Is the audio back? Yo, did YouTube just be like, yo, shut the fuck up. You're done with the stream? Are we back? The audio back? All right, we're back on the weird mic. That's how long was I muted, bro? How long was I muted? Hold on. How long was this? Oh shit, I was really to California and damn, how did that happen? That was random. That was random. That was so random. Yeah, that was random. Okay, we're back. Wait, let me switch to the good mic. Let me know if the good mic is good. Okay, we're back. 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 Dude, I think this is YouTube saying, dude, it's Friday. Like, you're done with the stream. I think that's what YouTube said. YouTube saying, dude. Okay, we're going to use the old mic. We're going to use the old mic. Anyway. NYC said it got muted right when it was getting interesting. That was funny. That was funny. What I was saying is, look, even though I live at home with my parents, and obviously you can't bring a girl home or like have any real fun, I've had trips this year for business, and there's different trips you can have where things can be fun even if you're not at home. So it's like it's one of those things where I want to move out so I can actually have more fun as a single guy living close to New York, which is a big reason I want to move out. But I've been traveling the past couple of years, and when you travel, there's other people in other states that you can coordinate schedules with. Let's just say that, and be able to still have fun even if you're at home. So YouTube stopped. It got X-rated. Yeah, basically, that's what happened. Yeah, the Grindr app, dude, it's perfect. It's like you just load it up. They have 14 million users. It's phenomenal. It's very easy to connect with people. So that is 100% what I'm talking about here. Dude, why did the mic give out, bro? That's so weird. That's like, I really think that's YouTube being like, yo, you're done. It's Friday. It's This rant has been going on, not a rant, this has just been going on for 2 hours and 19 minutes. I did not get married in India, bro. Goodness gracious. Not getting married in India. Anyway, the point is, I definitely want to move out and just explore other parts of life. Is the audio still bad? I definitely want to. No, it's good. It's good. It's better. This is like the Mac microphone, which is not that bad, but this thing is definitely bad. The bell broke it. Yeah, maybe it was the bell. Amit, have you ever watched Heed Goodness Gracious Me English show, YouTube a clip? Heed Goodness Gracious? What is this? Goodness Gracious Me. Goodness Gracious Me. Goodness Gracious Me. 1998. No, I've never seen this TV series. No, I've never seen this. It's on Amazon Prime, though. So it's free on Amazon Prime. All right. Maybe I'll check this out over the weekend. We will check this out. I was thinking about the bell thing, and I think your software might have a compressor built in it. Yeah, I think as well. StreamYard definitely is compressing the audio. Oh, Chicago. Wait, Dragos, are you in Chicago? Who's in Chicago? Do we got to do Chicago? I think we got to do Chicago, baby. We got to do Chicago. Yo, is Severance really that good, bro? Is it actually that good? Is it worth the watch? Because I haven't given it a chance yet. Every time you say goodness gracious me, I think of it, watch the Indian Family Going for an English. All right, Tess. I'll try to watch the first. It does look Indian. Sanjeev Bhaskar. I feel like this is a big guy. This is a big personality. I feel like he's an important guy in movies and stuff. All right, we'll watch it. Yo, have you guys seen that movie with Megan Fox on Netflix where she's the AI robot and then he falls in love with her? You guys remember that movie? It came out recently. I tried watching it, dude. I got bored as hell. I couldn't watch that movie. I have not watched Stranger Things. That show seems like torture to sit through Stranger Things, so I haven't watched that. I love when Amit fakes his movie knowledge. Oh my gosh. It seems like a decent amount of you are in Chicago. Maybe we could do Chicago. Chicago could be on the list. Okay, I'll watch a YouTube clip. That's better. If I watch it on YouTube, YouTube's going to copyright this because it's like an actual show, but I'll watch it. I'll make sure to watch a YouTube clip of it at least, and I'll let you know on Monday how it was. Miami, Chicago. It looks like it's Toronto, New York, Bay Area, LA, Miami, Chicago, Houston, or Austin, one of those, or Dallas, one of those. And then Europe, which will be a bunch of them. London, Germany, etc. And then we have Boston. We said we're gonna do Boston. That's an easy one for me too. And then we got 2 more left. I said Toronto already, right? I said Toronto. We got 2 more. 2 more big states we got to do. Dude, I'm never going to China. I talk too much shit about China. I'm gonna be in jail. Cincinnati's too small, saying that as a Cincinnati native. Yeah, it's got to be a place where it's not like I don't want to go to those small states. I would love to travel there and to those cities. The problem is it's just like not everyone is going to be there. We have to do as many big places as we can to get people to have the ability to show up. I don't think Denver is the best option. Atlanta's not a horrible option. Atlanta's also a fun place. I've been to Atlanta many times. Atlanta's a fun place. I traveled to Atlanta. Last time I went there, though, was when? Might have been a couple years ago, but I've been to Atlanta a decent amount of times. I've been to Louisiana, but I don't think that would be the best spot for a lot of people to show up. We got to pick 2 more places. Carp's in Denver. Dude, I don't think Carp actually sits there in Denver. I think he's in New York and DC more. I think he's in DC more often than not. He's obviously traveling a lot, but I think DC is where he is in more. I think they moved to Colorado to move there because they were annoyed with all the Silicon Valley stuff, but I feel like he's in California, New York, and DC more than Denver. Yeah, Roy's in Houston. I think that's a good idea. LA, I named LA on the list. We got to do 2 more. I named Miami. Yeah, we got to find 2 more. Maybe we go to Southeast Asia. Maybe my uncle was telling me to come to Singapore. I just don't know how easy it's going to be. But maybe we do that as well. All right, are we done? Oh wait, this is MicroStrategy targets up to $2 billion capital raised through public offerings of perpetual preferred stock in the first quarter. This might not be as dilutionary as people thought, or as I thought. It's definitely gonna be dilutionary though. But yeah, no, this is gonna be dilutionary. It might not be as bad as the ATMs, but it's still gonna be bad. Oh, Vegas. How did I forget Vegas, bro? Vegas is a good one, right? But the thing is, Vegas is... I feel like Vegas would be like a full-on vacation for me. Because that would just be a place to have fun. But that's a place where everyone could meet up too. If we do Vegas. Like, because you guys could come for like a week or a weekend or whatever, and you know, if the meetup's on one of the days, you could still have a fun time in Vegas. Maybe Vegas is up there. It's not the worst idea. You won't remember you were there. Vegas was fun last time I went. It was fun. It was a good time. I want to go to Vegas with some real money, bro. I want to show up with like 10 grand at the blackjack table. And probably lose my 10 grand, but I actually want to try. The meetup is also a tax write-off for business purposes. Can I write off the 10 grand I lose at blackjack? Raj says I'm hitting Vegas in 12 hours. All right, enjoy. That'll be fun. Yeah, maybe Vegas is the one on the list, bro. Maybe Vegas. Vegas will be fun, I feel like, dude. And a lot of people could come. We could just like have a good time. And the good thing about Vegas is everyone can go do their own thing when they're tired, right? Because like you can do whatever the hell you want there. So there's no like restrictions. Anyone can just go gamble, go do whatever they want. Have you seen the movie 21? Is this the gambling movie? The one where they're counting the cards? With Kevin Spacey? I've seen that movie like 5 times. That's actually a really good movie. I like that movie a lot. It's a good movie. When I went to Vegas, I didn't go to any clubs. I want to go dancing, man. You know, I like dinners and hanging out with a lot of people. And if everyone's in an Airbnb, that's fun. I like that a lot more than a club. A club has never been like something exciting for me. I feel like in a club, either you're rich enough to get a table and you're having fun, or you're just like sweaty in the middle of the club dancing, which some people enjoy. I don't really enjoy it that much. Like I had some experiences with that and it was just like, it's not that exciting. But I feel like it would be cool if we had like an Airbnb and stuff. Dude, you know my friend who lives in Vegas, Davis, he loves country music. Like he actually legit dances to country music. Vegas definitely has a big country music scene that is out there. Especially for some of the bars that are only country music. I feel the same way. My friends call me Unc. Yeah, dude, like going to the clubs is like, I don't know. Some people are built for that. Some people like it. I'm not a fan of it. I've never been a fan. I mean, even in high school, or college, I didn't love going to the bars that much. Like I love being with friends in a house or in an apartment and just like having a good time and drinking and all that stuff. But the bars are just like not as fun. Especially when the music sucks too, then it's not the best either. What price does Tesla need to be for a split to happen? I think 1,000. I don't think they split it before 1,000. Maybe at 800 they do a split, but it's got to be in that 800 to 1,000 range for it to really happen. Dude, Ibiza would be wild. Spain. I mean, the only Ibiza I know is the song "I Took a Pill in Ibiza," but that's it. But Ibiza is like a party city, right? Like Ibiza, Spain. It's in Spain, right? I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's in Spain. Yeah, this is crazy, bro. This is wild. It looks a little like Italy, to be honest. That's wild, bro. That's crazy. This just looks like a place where people have fun. Bangkok is Ibiza on steroids. Ibiza? That's how you say it? Ibiza? Of course I said that wrong. So we all get pills in our gift bag. Oh my gosh. Dude, I have to be traveling with all these gifts. I might not be able to have as many if all of you guys show up. Might have to figure out a way to do it. All right, guys. Is that it? All of my girlfriends at this point are blowing up my line. They are really upset. You know what's so funny? In reality, in 45 minutes, I have a meeting with someone to talk about an investment. That's a wild fucking, like, this someone says, like, what are you doing when you're not working or sleeping? It's this shit. Like, we're going to talk for the next, he's going to call me at 7. So for 45, so that conversation is probably going to be at least an hour. And that's what I do when I'm not working or sleeping. It's like different meetings like that. He just texted me. I forgot I had that at 7. So we're gonna have to talk about that as well. It's his mom and his sister texting me, dude. Oh my gosh. I think there will be a point next year where I have like 10 girlfriends, bro. I'm not even gonna front. Because your boy's locked in a cage right now, okay? You know, once your boy's out of the cage, once your boy's out in the wild, once your boy's having fun, it's going to be a different world, bro. It's going to be a different world. I feel like there's got to be a time in your life where you have 10 girlfriends, right? Like that's every guy. They have to have, before they get married, they have to have their time in their life where they literally are managing 10 tings all at once. And really it wasn't 10 in college. It was more like 3, to be honest. And none of them were the girlfriends that I hung out with. Like, dude, I hung out with a lot of girls in college because 4 of my best friends were girls, but they were none of my romantic interests because, you know, I was a mid. Like it was just play, flirty. It was never actually serious. But then I had the other string of girls on the roster that were like actually serious. So but it hasn't been since college since it's been like that intense. Like really the last couple of years, bro, I've basically just been eating shit. Like just like eating shit, being humbled, trying ideas, failing, starting ideas again. 2024 was the first year in the past 5 years that was like a good year in regards to like professional growth and success. The other 4 years were just like a lot of like trying shit, failing at shit, being humbled, shit not working, losing money, yada yada. Like that's why 2024 was such a good year. It was one of those years where everything finally clicked and like now you were actually working. But social life wise, you know, 2024 or really the last 5 years was not the case. So I think when I move out, that's another thing that I want to pursue as well. And I have a little bit more freedom to do that because I'm not as stressed about the finances anymore, you know? Thanks to Mr. Vlad. Amit, did you see where you were mentioning a Benzinga article about Robinhood giving out crypto for New Year's? They've mentioned me a lot, bro. They just take my tweets and they like make an article about it. They mentioned me around Palantir, Robinhood. They've done this like 5 times last year. That's cool though. That's super cool. It's just more distribution from their end on the content. You guys are wild, bro. You guys are so freaking wild in the chat. You're just so wild. Derek was the most wild on New Year's Eve, bro. I called him the morning after. He was like, "Are you hungover?" I was like, "No," but like, bro. And he was just like, "Did you like those super chats last night?" I was like, "Yo, you're a wild guy. You're like dead ass." He was like, "It was so funny." I was like, "I'm happy you enjoyed it. I'm happy dude." Someone commented on the New Year's Eve stream today, and they were like, I'm watching this on January 3rd, but I can only imagine how much the chat was enjoying this on December 31st. I was like, yeah, you you are definitely the chat definitely enjoyed it. That was for sure. But anyway, I do think that moving out this year will be fun. Having a little bit more of a social life will be good. But I don't regret not having a big social life the past couple of years. Because not social life like partying and stuff, but still, I think I have a social life in terms of being very social and meeting all these people and stuff and going to events and conferences and all this stuff. So that is my quote unquote social life. So I enjoyed that. But B, it's like, dude, I worked hard the past couple of years. I worked really, really hard to try to build a foundation. And none of that hard work can stop. You have to keep it going. But now you can at least have a little less anxiety about needing to like figure out how to work so hard or figure out what to work so hard on, because you have a little bit more clarity, right? Everyone's like in the journey to like building anything, you're looking for clarity, and then you're looking for getting an understanding of how to execute against that clarity. And then you just want to take it to the next level, which means I can have a little bit more fun now. I don't have to be like so scared of not figuring out how to do stuff. And that is the goal for later this year. And I got it again. It's got to be close to New York because I think like that's it's going to maximize productivity. It's going to maximize content. Like, first of all, New York's great for the nightlife and the social life, but it's also great for the fact that that's the center of finance media. I feel like it's calling me, bro. It's like that's where I need to be to really take this to the next level. And if I'm going to spend the next 3-4 years being single and being a bachelor and like having my own spot, I would want to really have it in a nice spot, because by then I'm in my 30s and then I'm thinking about family and settling down and buying a house in the suburbs. So I kind of want to have that phase of my life where I'm independent on my own in a city, or at least very close to a city, and just like building and having fun and like really working, right? And working my ass off in something that I care about. And I think that's what hopefully the next couple of years could be like. Have you considered Brooklyn? No, it's too expensive, bro. Brooklyn, I mean, I've looked at apartments in Brooklyn. I'm not paying $3,000 for 10 square feet, bro. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I'm not moving to Philly, no matter how much you guys love to joke about that. I'm not moving to Philly. Amit, do you have any sort of plan for the 18th? What are we doing? I have no plan. I'm going to be in Bryant Park, and the goal is to just meet you guys and talk. There's no real plan. If a lot of people show up, then you guys will be able to connect with other people. And I don't know, it is what it is. It's just a meetup. In a meetup, from my understanding, in a meetup, you get to meet people, talk to people. I'm going to ask you guys a lot. I'm going to be interrogating you guys. I'm going to ask like, so why do you watch the show every day? So be ready to answer questions, take pictures, yada, yada. And then if a certain group of us want to go out, then we can do that. But that's kind of the goal of it. The plan is Dragos, be quiet, bro. The plan is to worship King of It. Goodness, bro. No, it'll be fun though. It'll be fun. It'll be super cool. And I got to give you guys your gift, so I got to do that as well. Rent is out of this world. The most dangerous neighborhood in NYC. Rent is like $3,000 a month for a 1-bedroom. Yeah, dude. I found New Jersey apartments at $3,500 to $4,000, which I'm not saying is cheap, but you get a lot more than in New York. And you get to be close to New York. That is the benefit of it. So you're really close to New York, even if you're not in New York. But $4,000 in Jersey, close to New York, gets you way more than $4,000 in New York. That's the problem. Amit, you realize you will probably meet your wife during these meetups. I don't think that's going to happen. But if that does happen, cool. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that's very... I don't know, maybe it does. It's very hard to imagine that randomly happens, but who knows? Maybe it does. I say stay living with your parents unless you make more money by moving out. Well, financially moving out is not a problem anymore. Financially moving out is going to be okay. Like, thanks to Vlad. Vlad took care of that. So like, we're going to be okay with the finances. But nonetheless, $4,000 a month is definitely a lot. It's like $50,000 a year. The question is, how much of that can I write off on my taxes? That's the biggest question, right? I am willing to forego 50 grand a year for the next 2 years to get a really good experience if I can write off a decent amount of it on my taxes. And I don't think of it as a rent. I think of it as an investment in my media company. And that requires having a studio. Like if you're going to take this to the next level, we need a real studio. We can't be doing this in this setup. As much as I love this setup, we got to expand, bro. We get eventually you guys are going to get bored of this setup. Like we got to get to the next level. And so I think of it more as I was talking to Steve about this because Steve is so against renting, but I was like, Steve, what if you think of it as an investment in a media company? He was like, then it makes a lot more sense. I was like, see, like if I can, now I have to execute on building out the media that makes it worthwhile. But if you legitimately can do that, which I have confidence I can do that in, so it's kind of like a bet on myself, then I think it makes a lot of sense because the ROI on that is massive. I mean, like we're not talking about a 1x, 2x. We're talking about a 10,000x in terms of ROI because your brand just grows and grows and grows. And then the money will come eventually. That's what I've also learned in the context of media, right? Like when you build your brand, the money finds you. The money always finds you when you build a meaningful brand that resonates with people. It'll always find you. It'll always find the money. There's so much money out there, bro. You just got to not sell out and you got to build the right way and the money will find you. But you also have to take a little bit of risk with your money, right? To try to get to that point. So when you have a brand that's just very, very big, it's not a question about money. Then 4,000 a month is going to seem like peanuts at that point. But right now it's a little bit expensive. We just got to be able to justify it. It would be great if you have a place where you can bring in people for interviews. 100%, dude. And people are not coming to West Bumblefuck, New Jersey for an interview, right? Like Tom Lee, Dan Ives, Chamath, David Sachs, these big, big names that I think theoretically there's a real chance you could get them to speak to me, given like they follow me on Twitter, I've connected with them. Like there's a real shot we can make these things happen, especially because they get distribution, right? This is not like me begging for them to talk to me. They know there's an audience here that wants to consume them. So for them, it's not that hard to be like, yeah, I can come over in New York and we can, talk for an hour. But it needs to be close enough to them where they can make the trip. And they're not coming all the way down to New Jersey, 2 hours away from New York City or taking a train, bro. It needs to be a max 20-minute commute to get these people in. And that just means it's got to be close to New York City. So that's the idea. That is definitely the idea of how to do this. New York, New Jersey would be a good place to have people come in for an interview. Yeah, I agree. We got to build a real set, dude. Like, have you seen The Compound and Friends? I love their set so much. Like, they have such a good set. And that set makes you feel like it's a freaking professional studio. Like, look at this thing, bro. It's just such a nice set. They got the mics. They have the camera angles. Like, imagine me sitting with a guest like this. Or me and Steve on this side with a guest. Or me and Chris. It's like you just like having a real set and a real team building out media to build leverage is the most exciting thing. And I think that's where we take this. We take this to that level. Because the market open stream is cool. The market close stream is good. I think we can get that to grow even further than it's grown. But that would just be in addition to like then diversifying how much media you can do. I mean, dude, there's a world where the good thing about media and content is like, if you're good at having conversations, you can speak to anyone. Like there might be a world where one day Magnus Carlsen, who's the greatest chess player alive, wants to sit down and have a conversation. Why? Because they're looking to diversify their brand. If my audience is business and tech related, Magnus is building his own chess empire as an entrepreneur. He's literally taking on the NBA of chess with his own chess league. I mean, talk about a topic for a conversation that's rooted in business, right? And then in the midst of that conversation, you can ask about their mindset for winning and all that. Like there's so many different ways you can have a meaningful conversation with someone, even if they're not in your stock finance niche. But you need to have the brand and the location and the setup to be able to make that happen. And quite frankly, it has to be either San Francisco or New York. And there's other examples there of where it could work, maybe Miami, Chicago, but like New York is really, like he was literally in New York for the past weekend, Magnus Carlsen at a chess competition. He's doing a ton of media. You could, there's a world in which my podcast could have been on the list. But we have to get that set up. Oh, Hikaru would absolutely join, bro. Hikaru is like the GOAT chess streamer. And this guy understands media so well. And like, this is the thing. They would 100% join. And then you just keep growing and compounding. And it's like, that's where I think this is going to go. Well, we got to get it set up to get there. Kind of disconnects you from your audience that way. The setup you have right now is much more engaging, although doing videos in the setting like Lex Friedman would be cool. So the market open, market close would not change, right? Like me doing this right now, it would not be like me in some fancy studio doing it, because it's like the market open, market. It's just gonna be the camera, me, and the real bricks that I install in the background. But the actual productions, like that's, you know, it can't just be me and a guest right here on stream. I mean, it could, but it's not the way I want to do it. I want to do it in a really professional way and make it something big. But these, I think, would still say the same. Oh, Alex. Yeah, the Alex twins, dude. The Botez twins, they'd be awesome. Like, there's so many freaking combinations. And the thing about me, and this is just like, this is where I'm going to pat myself on the back, I really think I can have a conversation with anyone. I think my communication skills would allow me to make anyone feel comfortable during a conversation, make it super insightful, meaningful. And then I think I can get the distribution behind it as well. So you just need the setup to make it happen. But I definitely think it is possible. More impersonal for open close, more professional for interviews, etc. Yeah, exactly. I also think I have that idea that I talked to you guys about on New Year's Eve of like having supermodels on the stream and then like showing them videos of Carp and Vlad and Jensen and getting their reaction to it. I feel like that's a good idea, bro. That'd be fun. That'd be like just imagine a stream with like a model who knows nothing about the stock market, and then you play Carp rambling philosophically. Like, I feel like those reactions would be so cool, and it'd be fun to like ask them about how they think about investing in stocks and stuff. I had that idea for like the past couple months now. I was like, dude, if I can move out and really get a setup and be near New York, where there's all these types of different peoples and personalities that would be willing to come onto a stream. Why? Because they want distribution, right? They want to like reach new audiences. So like media is a very collaborative business when there's a mutually beneficial relationship on both sides. And then it can create really interesting content too. So I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be super cool. It's also a selfish excuse for me to meet like supermodels. Like that'd be pretty dope. Yo, is the Hawk Tuah girl actually going to jail? She had talk about media career. She had everything set up. Everything set up in life. Getting the biggest guess, and the meme coin ruined all of it. Dude, she had guests people would kill to have in her first month of starting a podcast. Like, she had Wiz Khalifa, bro. Holy. Mark Cuban, Wiz Khalifa, Jake Paul, Josh Richards, Matt Rife, who's a big comedian, Hannah Brenner, also a good comedian, or yeah, she's a comedian as well. She had Whitney Cummings. Oh, did you guys see the Whitney Cummings CNN clip? Bro, you guys had to see that clip. That clip was amazing. On New Year's Eve, did you see what she did on CNN? It was wild, bro. Absolutely wild, bro. I don't know if you guys saw this clip. Let me play this clip right here. This clip was crazy.
2024 election fried our brains. The Democrats couldn't hold a primary because they were too busy holding a body upright. Are we still rolling? Am I off?
Go for it.
It was amazing that the pro-choice party didn't give their voters one when it came to the presidential candidate. Kamala was forced on us so hard you'd think she was patented by Pfizer or Moderna, whichever one's. Oh, God. Andy just gave me a very scary look.
No!
That was wild, bro. It was so wild. But like Whitney Cummings, bro, she's got her. She's a comedian. She does her shit. She gets people's attention. She triggers people. Like, getting a guest like that is already. And this is the thing. I genuinely think I could have a really interesting conversation with her, even though I'm not in that world. I'm in the finance world. I think there's a world to really expand the media brand just by if you're good at asking questions and keeping a conversation going. You know, the sky's the limit in terms of the people you could talk to and engage with. So that's the plan for this year. Likely not going to be executing the moving out until October, but going to work really hard to get things set up until then. I do think I need a few months to really figure out how I'm going to do this. But I will be upset if I don't move out by the end of this year. So that is my like number one goal outside of losing weight. We've got to make sure we get that done. Robin at 41.31, Tesla 411, Palantir 79.70. Dude, even after hours, these stocks are still doing great, dude. I really hope today wasn't just like a one-time thing, dude. I hope next week we continue this. I hope next week it's not just like, oh, that was a fun Friday and that's it. We got to see. We got to see how next week goes. Rolf, thank you for becoming a channel member. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for becoming a channel member of the channel. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Admit you are the media. You can do it all. Yeah, well, we are the media, right? We are the media. People don't want to listen to a lot of the mainstream stuff anymore. This is another reason I think it's the time to do it, because this is the best opportunity in the history of humanity to build an independent media brand where people actually care and you can connect in an authentic way, and then you can scale it. And this is the time. Like, people are not trusting mainstream sources anymore. So this is the time to do it. Rolly says I have to pee. I gotta go. I think I should end the stream, dude. 2 hours and 50 minutes. When did I start the Q&A? At 48 minutes and 13 seconds. Hold on. So this has been going on for basically 2 hours. This is insane, bro. This is fucking insane. This is actually crazy. This is actually insane. I literally have 50 unread text messages from girls right now saying, when are you getting off stream? It's kind of insane, bro. It's kind of insane. All right. I think we ended out. Michelle, how do we keep going, bro? Like, how do you like this? How do you like, don't you want to go get drunk or something? Then again, you guys said you weren't doing anything tonight, so that's fair. Oh my gosh, and I got a meeting in 23 minutes. I got a meeting in 23 minutes. Why is Amit still live? Dude, this is different from other YouTube finance people. Most of them end their streams when they're done analyzing the markets. This is one thing really cool about this channel. We just keep it going. And whoever wants to stay to listen to whatever pontifications and ramblings I can come up with that can hopefully offer value, they stay. But I don't think any other YouTuber does this. See, this is what I mean by talking. Right? Like, this is why I think there's a world in which a podcast can work if you just are able to talk. Aaron says, bro, I started listening so long ago, worked for a few hours, and you're still live. Mitch just loves streaming. Yeah, I guess so, dude. It's not, I don't know. It's like, maybe I like listening to myself too much. I don't know, bro. Don't know. Jeremy, what's up? Shout out to you being here. The OGs are here. Shell says, let's keep going. Also, me says nothing else. Tess says, by my maths, we got him for 20 more minutes. Dude, if my voice ever disappeared, I think I'd be done for. Like, I cannot lose my voice ever. If I lose my voice, I'm done, bro. I'm done. Gotta keep my voice forever. Amid, don't lose weight, girls like dad bods. That might be true. Girls might like dad bods, but I don't like having a dad bod, bro. Not at 27. Like, I want to get ripped, bro. I want to get freaking ripped this year. Or at least slim down enough to the point where I have the chance to get ripped. So girls may like it, but I just personally want to lose a decent amount of weight. Dragos, thank you for the $20 super chat. We are an online family. You know, it's actually true. We are an online family. We are online. You know, it's like it's becoming more I want to look like Usher. That's hilarious. It's becoming more acceptable as well, because when you see, I mean, streaming in general, it's this thing. Like, I find myself watching streamers, and I know how you guys feel like, right? I find myself sometimes just like staring at someone talking in a screen, and not on a podcast, but like just like talking, right? And it happens, And I think there's a new form of connection that people are having with like a community, a chat, an online family, and then the streamer. It's like a real thing. And it's like Twitch is exploding because of this. And YouTube live streaming also is exploding because of this. And it is definitely a different shift in media. And we all make money together, right? That's the other cool thing. Like, God knows how much Dragos is up on Palantir, but he's up a decent amount, right? And it's like, and Palantir is really the glue that connects all of us. Even though people join the stream and they find out the stream because they, even if they don't know about Palantir. That's why it's always so funny whenever I ask someone who watches the stream, are you a Palantir investor? It's like 90% of the time they'll say yes, but then 10% they're like, no. And I'm like, oh, so you just found it and you just like kept watching, But it's one of those things that connects everybody. Aaron says, I'm an accountant and I get my financial advice from Amit. That's hilarious, bro. Amit, what talk is happening tomorrow? There's no talk. Jensen's talking on January 6th. But tomorrow, Saturday, there's no like actual talk or anything like that. He's only up 376%. See, but that's crazy, bro. Even Erin from New Year's Eve, she's up 300% on Palantir. Like, that's just wild, bro. And she had never invested in Palantir before, ever. Like, it's just so insane. But that is what got everyone connected to join, and that's what I'm saying. That I always say this, but the most amazing thing that Palantir is going to give us is the relationships, not the money. Like, the money is going to be really good. It's awesome. The gains are great, but like the connections you make with people is what makes life, so much more meaningful. Guys, I do not love her. She you guys are stretching it, bro. You guys are really stretching it. She was on the show and she likes Palantir and we talked about it. It's not like, I know it's a joke, but you guys are stretching it. Like, this is like a stretch. It's just like, I know a lot of girls don't join the stream often. I get it. But it's like, you guys are acting like we're getting married. It's like, no, dude, like this is like, this is not a thing. It's not happening. It's not happening. Aaron says, kind of insane though. My drive is an hour to work and back. The show is definitely informative, good, honest knowledge being shared. Well, I'm happy. I'm happy outside of the Q&A sections that there's actually good, because I work hard, bro. I mean, I work hard to like try to come up with the information to then present, because there's a lot of stuff to say. That's the other, someone said, what am I doing when I'm not working or listening? I'm compiling information that would be interesting to talk about on the show, which is, I guess, technically working, but it's also technically not like literally working, but it's saving a lot of articles, a lot of information, reading a lot of stuff, trying to make sure you understand certain concepts. Like last night, I was Googling about the 10-year bond in China, and I was trying to understand why the 10-year bond is so low compared to the United States, so I could talk about it in the morning, right? That's constantly what I'm doing, even if I'm not literally working. Whatever girlfriend I do get, though, she's going to be either annoyed or interested in all the random things I have to say about the economy. Like, either she's going to be like, oh, wow, the 10-year, that's cool. Or she's going to be like, why the fuck are we talking about a 10-year bond right now? I'd be like, but babe, it's like, it's not going down. And like, this is really pissing me off. She's like, why? It's like, it's going to be one or the other. I don't know which one I would rather like. I think I would like the girl who listens to me talk about the 10-year, but I think I would also like the girl that doesn't like it, because then I'll be forced to not talk about it all the time. And then after I leave work, which would be the market close, it would be like, I'm done talking about stocks for the day. Like, you guys have that for the women here? Do you talk to your husbands about stocks if they're not interested? And for the husbands here, the boyfriends here, do you talk to your girls about equities? And do they actually listen? Or do they like not give a fuck at all? Dude, even when my mom asks me a question and I'll start going into it, you could tell she starts sleeping. Like, she's like basically falling asleep within 2 minutes. Like, she'll genuinely ask, like, well, so why is this happening? And I'll get into it. But then it sounds like a fucking market open, because I'm like tracking all these data points. And then she's like, okay, I don't really care that much. Like, I really don't care. Same thing with my dad, bro. My dad will legit act interested. I'll get into it. And then I'll be like, okay, cool. Like, he just won't care. It's really hard to get someone to like actually care about this shit. Wife doesn't care besides asking for luxury bags and trips. Well, Jed, with all that Rocket Lab you've got, I mean, that's the other thing. I was talking to my uncle today because he got a shit ton of margin from Interactive Brokers after he like switched to he didn't know what margin was. He's been selling put selling calls. He didn't realize you could get a margin account. And so there was this funny thing where like his wife, my aunt, there was this expense they had. The expense was about $7,000. Okay. It was some expense that they had to deal with. And his wife was like, let's like not do it now so we don't have to pay the $7,000, right? To save the money. And he was like, no, it's okay. I'll handle it. He was telling me this story. And she turned around and she was like, what do you mean you'll handle it? You're like, that's $7,000. And he's like, no, we're good. And then she was like, what the fuck what's going on? Like, what are you doing right now? And then he had to explain to her like that he's becoming an option seller and he's like making really good money. And it was just hilarious. And I was like, so what is her reaction? She was like, I can do whatever I want as long as I don't lose it. She's like, as long as I don't freaking lose all of it, she's fine with it. So I think even the spouses, they're just hoping that you're smart enough, like Jed is, to invest at Rocket Lab when it was $5. And when it runs to 30, then you sound like a fucking genius. But as long as you're making money, I feel like they're okay. Outside of that, they don't care. Jeremy says we talk about investments 24/7. I love that about my marriage. Most marriages have one that will take risk, one that won't. So finding the right woman is hard. Yeah, there's also those business partnerships where you can actually talk with your spouse and like have a meaningful conversation. My GF thinks I'm gay because I listen and talk about you. Okay, that's hilarious. Greg says my wife and kids are sick of you. Multiple people have said that. Multiple people have come up to me and said that like their wife or their kids or their, they have a little 2-year-old is like just in the background constantly hearing this as well. Bro, I sold Rocket Lab at $9. Yeah, that was a bad sell. Sorry, Casey. That was there's nothing else I can say. That was a bad sell. Hopefully you doubled, but that was a bad sell. But it's okay. You doubled. You can sell some puts, hopefully get it back at like 20 if it gets there. Me and Ray in the chat watching you together. LMAO, I'm just trying to learn so I listen and know half the words. Yeah, but Michelle, I feel like you're becoming a much like more astute investing person just by being in the chat there. And like Ray, I know Ray's all into it as well. So it's funny because you're learning with him together and you're like, that's really cool. Like a couple that's actually watching. That's why I got to be at the wedding. I have to be at the wedding. I got to see the couple that is learning about stocks together from the chat and that met from the chat. Jean says, I think she listens. Ryan says, my girlfriend listens for like 3 minutes, then says I'm annoying and goes to the other room. Drago says, my wife just likes to hear about the money. Yeah, so it seems like Doug says, I listen to my wife. She listens and she doesn't give a fuck. Yeah, I see. I feel like a lot of you are in that position where you just have no one else to talk about it with. Aaron says, my wife doesn't want to hear it most of the time. This is the only place where we actually all care. My wife thinks you have a 24/7 stream. Is he always on? It's wild, bro. Well, we got 12 minutes left till the next meeting, so we might as well just end it out at 7 p.m. And then I'll go and take this meeting. This meeting's going to be long, bro. It's going to be a long meeting. It's going to take a while. But then we have no Palantir Weekly tonight, so I'm sleeping. I'm going to bed tonight. As a student, my portfolio is only 10,000 with no more dispensable cash. What advice would you give to grow it in 2025? So I think the common advice here is that if you only have $10,000, you got to get to 100, right? And that's not going to come from the market unless you take some really degenerate bets, which if you're not comfortable with having the chance to lose the 10,000, you're not going to be able to turn 10 to 100. When you're only at 10,000, you just got to make more money. You got to find, now you're a student, so you don't have any income, right? So that's where the creativity part comes in, right? Like what can you monetize in terms of your skill set that could get you some side income? I mean, there's a way to turn 10 into 100. It's just, it requires a lot of risk in the stock market. And odds are if you're brand new, you're going to lose the 10, right? So if not, I mean, look, the actual like solution instead of growing your income there is like put 10K into one thing. Do not diversify that 10K, in my opinion. You put that 10K into one thing and you hope you're right about that one thing. And you try to put it into something that's not super expensive right now. And you gotta solidify, because there's no point in picking 5 stocks and putting 2,000 in each stock. You just put 10K into one thing and hope you're right on that. But getting the income up is the most important thing. And this is the hard advice for everyone. I had to go through it as well, right? Like getting your income up is hard, but like when you have more money that when you can add more fresh money into the portfolio, like it's just like everything changes, right? Because you actually have more cash coming in and you can work with more cash. So that's, I think, the best way to keep moving forward. Your thoughts on mid 2026 long leaps call on TLT? I think TLT is good. I think leaps will be good, but you really got to hope the 10-year comes down, which it will. So I feel like the leaps make sense, but I still feel like there's a bit of a risk there if the 10-year doesn't come down aggressively enough or quick enough for the leaps to do well. So I don't know. I wouldn't do leaps on TLT. I think they can do well, but I would be too scared of that 10-year being too stubborn right now. Like, what if on January 15th, CPI comes in higher, dude? Like that 10 years going up, TLT gets crushed, and then you have to wait, and then your leaps get crushed too. So if you really want TLT, I think the stock would be better than the leaps. But if that 10-year comes down aggressively, then hopefully the leaps could do very well. Thoughts on AMD leaps? I don't know if AMD is the best bet in the market. I definitely think it is aggressively sold off for reasons that aren't as rational, but there are reasons that are rational, aka slowing growth. I wouldn't buy leaps on AMD. I'd buy the stock. I don't think there's that many stocks to buy leaps on. The only like big leap position I'm in right now is Grab, and I did that via spreads. So, and I'm thinking, honestly, I'm thinking of adding more to those spreads than the Grab stock itself, because if my target is $10 on Grab in 2 years, I'd much rather own the stock, or sorry, the spreads and get the leverage versus own the stock. Because in the stock I double, which is great, but in the spreads, I mean, they can go up a lot more than a double, especially if $10 is my target. Which I think we get there. I think it'll take a year and a half, but I do think $10 is possible for Grab. Intel leaps, I don't like it. I don't like Intel leaps or SMCI leaps. Any of those, I think it's a little too risky right now. In general, leaps in the stock market are unless something is aggressively undervalued, leaps are not the right thing to buy, because if it doesn't go up, you need such a dramatic move that you're like screwed, right? The theta decay kills you. And Grab is up aggressively. Grab's up 45% as of last year. However, I still think there is a pretty aggressive bull case given 33% of the company's cash, and they're just started to move in the right direction. But pretty much every name, it's hard to find something that's really beaten up that you can do aggressive leaps on, right? Maybe AMD in the money leaps would be decent, but the out of the money leaps is where you get the real return, and you got to bet AMD actually moves up. Jed, thank you for the $20 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for all that you do. Besides family and personal life, 2 things I always look forward to is the market open, the market close. My day feels incomplete without them, and my wife definitely knows who you are. That's so awesome, bro. That's so cool. It means a lot, dude. It means a lot when someone says that. Super, super, super freaking cool that people start their day and end their day with me. And, I take that responsibility seriously. I know it's a Friday and we're just like messing around right now on the stream, but in general, I really try to make sure there's value here. Try to make it hopefully fun, exciting, and just try to keep building it every day. It's super cool. It's really, really, really cool. It's just dope, bro. I mean, like, I don't know. Going back to the whole discussion of, engineer, doctor, lawyer, like sometimes you have a personality that's meant to be, I don't want to say extroverted, because I don't think I'm extroverted. But I guess it's like a personality that wants to entertain, which doesn't necessarily mean extroverted, but a personality that's happy to have the opportunity to express themselves and is grateful for an audience willing to consume it. And I think, if I was a lawyer, I don't think I would have that personality. There's certain personalities that require a certain level of excitement to be a streamer on YouTube, right? And I guess there have been certain moments in life where I realized I had that personality, whether it was in high school where I would make my teachers laugh, whether it's in debate where I would make the judges laugh. And even, I don't need to make them laugh, but I still want to make them laugh because I don't want to win. I want to win while they're laughing, right? Like that type of, when I was 15, 16 years old, I realized, oh, if I can make them laugh and I can make them care about what I'm saying and like, you know, really get them excited about the round, that's what makes this fun more than just winning. I think that's the same approach here. I want to give you guys good information, but I really want to give you guys a good experience while you're here as well. 30 and a wake up. What's up? He says, just ordered my morning coffee with Grab, paid for, expedited services. You're welcome, Grab investors. I love it. That's great. But again, they're not making their money on your coffee or the commission. I think they're making their money on the fintech side of the business. I really think the ride hailing is just a way for them to scale the fintech side, which I was going through their numbers again today, dude. The fintech side, deposits are going 50% month over month or quarter over quarter. They went from 730 million to a billion, 1.1 billion. And their net cash went up by 500 million because of those deposits. If they can keep that growth rate up or at least get it at 25% quarter over quarter, these guys are going to have billions, like tens of billions in the next 2 years in the bank in just deposits. And the loan originations from that's where I think they get a healthy margin on the street or healthy premium. And then the advertising part of the business, that's all good margins. So I think as long as they keep executing on ride hailing, but they use it as a Trojan horse to diversify the other parts of the business, that's where Grab should do very well. I was a lawyer that now does YouTube. YouTube is a lot better. That's the funny thing. A lot of people that live in the professional life, lawyers, they want to do this, right? It's like, and grass is greener on the other side always, because it's not easy to do this, even though it's fun to do this. But there's obviously a lot of benefits to having the lawyer, doctor, engineer life. That's just different from YouTube. So that's what I'm saying. Like YouTube didn't pay anything for the first 3 years, like maybe $1,000 a month. Maybe it was more like 700 to 800 a month. It really wasn't money, like real money. And it only starts paying after you just grind at it for so long, which is different from law school or for being a lawyer. Like you get a lot of money, at least 250, 300,000, I think is the average salary. Now you have a lot of debt because of law school, that's another reason I didn't want to go to law school. I didn't want to be hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt or med school. Like that's just like, I don't know. The money side of my brain always wanted to make money, not get into debt to get a job. I was talking to someone last night. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but I was talking to him last night. It's so ironic this is coming up. I was talking to Steven, not our Steve, but a different Steven. If he watches this later, he'll know that I'm talking about him. But he's getting his PhD in biochemical engineering, and he's going to finish it in a year. And all he wants to do is make content. He loves Bitcoin. He loves talking about Bitcoin. He's like, dude, I really don't want this fucking job. And he's going to be a product manager with his PhD. He's like, I wish I just went down the content route. So it's a very attractive career because it's so exciting to do this stuff. But it's like being an entrepreneur. You're building your own coffee shop, right? You're building your own audience and you're trying to make that work long term. So it's definitely less safe, but it is more rewarding if you can keep figuring it out. G says, Amit, I ate dinner, took a shower, fed the kitties, and you were still talking, bro. I love it. It's because I'm ridiculous, bro. It's because I can't stop. It's because I can't stop talking. Ruda Peroni, thank you for the 100. What's CZK? Is this Czechoslovakian? I just butchered that so bad. You guys are gonna be so mad. Is that what, Czechoslovakian dollars? Thank you for the 100 checks. Is that what you call it? Thank you for the 100 checks. Never bought any sub. Thanks for 17 hours of content every day. I appreciate you, Bruno. Thank you for being here. I butchered that so badly, bro. Czechoslovakian. It's not a pound. It's not a freaking pound. Oh, Rude, I just saw you become a channel member. Thank you, brother. Thank you for becoming a channel member. Appreciate it. From Czechoslovakia. Where is Czechoslovakia, bro? Where is that place? Is that in Europe too? Or is that South America? How do you even spell Czechoslovakia? What the? Czechoslovakia. Where is this place? Central Europe. It's near Germany and Poland. Interesting. Okay. There you go. It sounds like it's South American, bro. That's not the craziest guess Czechoslovakia? No, it doesn't. It sounds European. Never mind. That's stupid. That sounds. Slovakia and Czech are different countries now. All right, so I don't know the historical context of this. Mitt does geography like he does words. Oh my gosh. All right, I got this meeting starting in a minute. I got to go do it. Wow. The phone died. Literally. Oh, wait, no, it's back. It's back. Oh, thank God. I thought the phone was dead. I was like, this is a phone meeting. I got to get on the phone for this. All right, phone's good. Phone's good. We're good. All right. So I think that's it. We're ending out the show. Thank you to the 754 people still here. Why is carp not the wallpaper? Yo, that's a good question. The Instagram carp is still the wall. I mean, not Instagram, the iPad carp is still the wallpaper. Look at that. Haven't changed it. It's been there since I got this in December last year. This is the best picture of carp, bro. It's like a dope picture of carp. Like, I love this picture of carp. Granted, I don't use my iPad that often, but it's just always there in the background here. Okay, I think that's it. 7 p.m. 3 hours and 15 minutes. Hopefully everyone enjoyed. We got through a lot of topics. You guys know everything about my life and literally everything I want to do. You guys got to see a little bit of my college life. Basically, what's going to happen every time we do one of these is you guys are just going to learn more about me. You're probably going to see more pictures from my past. And the OGs are just going to know more and more about who I am. I guess that's just what it's going to become. That's it. So then when I make a joke, that's an inside joke for like the Q&A crew on the actual live stream when everyone's here. Only you guys will know what I'm talking about. So that's what we'll do. I'll mention Czechoslovakia randomly on Monday's Market Open. And there's going to be like 2,000 people that have no idea why I'm talking about Czechoslovakia. But you guys will know. I should be like, I don't know. I'll find a way to incorporate that word. And you guys will know. All right. That's it. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. I will see you guys Sunday on the Future Show. Enjoy. Have a good weekend. And how crazy would it be if I stay on for 20 more minutes? How crazy would it be if I stay on? I should ask on Monday, is Czechoslovakia 2 countries? That's the question I should ask. That would be the inside joke. That would be the joke. Would it be crazy to stay for 20 more minutes? Would it actually be crazy? Would it be wild? Would it be wild? It'll be kind of wild. That'd be he hasn't called me yet. No, I gotta go to this meeting, dude. I gotta do it. That'd be so funny, bro. All right, I gotta go. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Not tomorrow, dude. I was about to see you guys tomorrow on the Market Open. I feel like one day I'm gonna stream on Saturday, get ready, get the setup, be ready to go. It'll be 8:45. I'll go live, and I'm not gonna realize the market's not open. Like, I feel like that'll happen. That almost happened once. I like literally was getting ready, and I was like, wait a second, the fuck is Saturday? Like, it's wild, bro. All right, that's it. Bye. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. All right, I'm gone. That was my false setup. Bye, everybody. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.